yeah. Well, I did Ice Cream Man and
Oh
Ghetto
no. Oh, here you
trying to
go.
kill Ghetto's trying to, huh?
I'm I'm gonna listen to that. I'm gonna listen to Ice Cream Man next.
Ice Cream Man is his best album.
Better than this, really? Okay.
Yes. See,
I'm
I
gonna
like
turn it
this
on.
album, but I'm not going to reveal my full thoughts until after the review because there
Uh-huh.
are some shit I have to address on this album.
Okay.
But wow, see, when I recommend you these albums
So
and when I recommend you these shows, it's not because I'm crazy. It's just because I want to deep dig deep inside your mind. You know what I'm saying?
it don't always be good though. It
I mean, yeah.
don't always be good. Sometimes they are. What up, Christian?
Yo, Christian, I don't know if you heard me yesterday, but Sunday we're gonna do the dance hall reviews. Ooh, yeah, bro. I've been watching like soap operas like all day, man. I need a
Yeah.
mental break. Shit. They keep me creative. Mm. All right,
Yeah.
so what's going on in the news today? So more Diddy stuff is coming out. A lot of people are coming out with their stories about Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much, 50 Cent talking about how
Uh-huh.
the Cassie pictures was
Twenty
thrown
cent.
around the industry and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, man, Cassie's like a one hit wonder, right?
It's crazy.
That's wild, man.
Mm-hmm.
For a one hit wonder, you got an interesting life. I'm just gonna be real with you. Mm.
Yeah, because she was
I don't
Diddy's
listen.
chick. That's why.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I never listened to her. Like I just the one song is what I remember coming out. You know.
whew, okay. Mm. Oh shit. I'm good. I'm
And I
good.
think
I
she
just
was
had a
she was doing some acting. I think she was doing some acting too.
yeah.
And yeah.
What else is going on in the news? So Snoop Dogg stop smoking campaign was just a publicity stunt. You know what I'm saying? Not surprising there. He's actually promoting some smoking thing. Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up.
Right. I knew that too. Smokeless, a
Dang.
smokeless, some smokeless
Yeah,
shit like fireplace or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's smart. That's kind of smart though. I ain't gonna hold you.
But I'm like, I know he was. It was some bullshit. I'm like, come on, man. Snoop Dogg been smoking for his whole fucking life. Like, he ain't just gonna quit cold turkey like that. You know. Antoine was good.
What's up, Ant? Oh yeah, Christian. I did send try the salt and
Okay.
pepper performance. The Soul Train episode with salt and pepper
Oh yeah, yeah. I still don't know why they.
performing
I
it
still don't know why they performed that on Social. I don't guess
because that's their best
it's
fucking
dope.
song. That's their best fucking song at that
No, it is
point.
not. Out of all the songs they could have performed, they performed that. Why? Did they get paid more money to do that?
I am down and I'm ready to blow your mind. Yo, man. That's my
Mm.
joint, boy. Yo,
Mm.
shout out to archive.org because they be having some rare ass videos and old episodes of like Soul Train and shit like that. Shout out to them.
That's what's
Ooh.
up.
Cause let me tell you, we just getting started with Salt and Pepper. The great stuff is just coming.
Oh,
Just letting y'all know.
the best stuff is just coming. I thought we had a great album last night that we talked about.
I mean, last night was pretty good. It was better than I expected. It grew on me, but Black Magic and Very Necessary, boy,
Yes,
I can't wait.
that's my two favorite Salt and Pepper albums.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Antoine, I'm loving these salt and pepper reviews so far, man. I don't know about the Herbie Love Bug album being an underrated gem, though. I don't know about all that. Just keep the salt and pepper, the Antoinette
That was
songs,
bad.
and
That
then
was
we good.
bad. Excuse me.
Ah,
Yep.
down on the radio, the boy, your line. How can you hate that shit, boy?
Man.
Ooh. Shout out to my boy Ant, though. We're gonna do a review on Sound Bombing 2 on his channel when he gets back in town.
Nice. He's out again? Where he went this time?
His girl's treating him to a trip to Puerto Rico.
Oh wow. Oh yeah. I've been to Puerto Rico. That's definitely a nice place. Yo, you know what's crazy? I just found those pictures from the Puerto Rico trip.
Oh wow.
And the first time I'm seeing it, cause I forgot we like they took pictures on the cruise. It was like a cruise trip that we went on, and first time I saw those pictures today, I was like, oh shit, I forgot they took the pictures on the cruise, but it's hot out there. Like morning time, we went out there. We got out there in the morning. It was like already like 95 degrees. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
But
wow.
they got nice beaches out there.
Oh yeah, I've seen pictures. I believe it. I
And the
believe it.
chicks, it's like a regular waitress got like a JLo booty. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Chicks out there
Is it
is
real? Is it real though?
yeah,
Uh,
it's real. It's all real Puerto Rican ass. You know what I mean? I might post them up for like Throwback Thursday or something because I ain't see those pictures in like at least 8 or 9 years.
it be like that sometimes. Oh shit. Damn. The reason I give Herbie's album a 2.5 because I like four songs. Yeah, man, the four songs I like was the Antoinette songs and the Salt and Pepper song, but they had the Push It remix, which was on the Hot and Cool and the Vicious album. So, and yeah, thank you, Christian. I Am Down's your second favorite Salt and Pepper song. Thank you, Christian. Thank you.
Crazy.
Thank you. Thank you. But I have a question for Try though. I have a question for Try.
Uh uh.
Who did Herbie produce better, Salt and Pepper or Kid and Play?
Damn, it might be a tie because I think Salt and Pepper had more hit records though. They had more hits than Kid and Play. But Kid and Play albums, like their 3 albums to me were great. So it might be a tie, but I mean, if you going by hits, then Salt and Pepper got more hits than them.
Yeah. Just like you know, Kid and Play, we're gonna kick off 2024 with their Artist Sunday and shit too. That might be the last one before I go on a little break.
Yeah.
Cause I got some dope artists I want to do for Artist Sunday. Like I was thinking about Destiny's Child. I was thinking about doing them. I was thinking about Isaac Hayes. I was thinking about a little bit of
Isaac Hayes, come on with it.
yeah. I was thinking about Massive Attack too. I want to get my Massive Attack. I've been telling y'all motherfuckers I was gonna
You've
get
been
to.
saying that. You've been
Yeah.
saying that.
Cause I'm trying to get some albums from Massive
You've
Attack, but
been
they're kind of
saying
hard
that.
to come
So
by. Even I
you
want to
got
talk about
Santa
Tricky's
Eric. Hit
album.
him up. You know what I mean? Say hit up Santa
Yeah,
Eric. He find a way. You know what I mean? Wow. 28 years for LL Cool J. Wow. That's the last classic album. It's been 28 years for him.
oh
Yeah.
wow,
Mr. Smith.
Mr. Smith, you get the shit sewn up. I love that Mr. Smith album, boy.
Yeah. And we actually doing Group Home is 28 years for that today. Look how you playing
Wait,
that part.
28. Wait. Group Home's 28. Wow.
Yeah, it's 28 years today. Yeah. 95.
Well, I was fucking trying to find um an album anniversary all day today. Hold on.
Group Home, you just got it. There's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a
You know what?
Snoop Dogg, Blue Carpet Treatment. I think we already talked about that, right?
We didn't do a review on that one yet.
No.
We're gonna do the group home. I'll do the group home tomorrow because
Jay-Z Kingdom
technically it's
Come.
the
We did that. That's 17 years today. Kingdom Come.
okay. Got you.
We did that. The W Wu-Tang is 23 years for that.
All right. I tell you what.
Shit, a lot of shit.
I'm gonna do the group home anniversary for tomorrow since we already gonna do the review on that. Since technically this is still the 20th.
Mm,
So
right.
you said blue carpet treatment came out 28
Yeah,
November 20th.
Blue Carpet Treatment, Kingdom Come, the W, the CNN reunion. We did that one. CNN.
Okay.
Funkmaster Flex mixtape. 360
Oh, a lot of shit
Mafia.
came out.
Yeah. BG.
All
Doggy's
right.
Angels.
All right, cool.
Mob Deep. Yeah.
Oh, I got that Dougie's Angels album too. Hold up.
Yeah. I think it's the first one. Please believe it. That one.
Yeah.
That's 23 years today. That shit go by fast, yo. Mob Deep, the Black Cocaine EP, 12 years.
Okay. All right. Well, since November 21st. Well, since I wasn't able to find anything for November 20th, hip hop wise, I'll just do two for November 21st. And when we do the group home review tomorrow, we'll just do the whole album anniversary just based on that day and shit.
Right.
Fuck it. Um, November 20th. What's a good album? You know what? We can do Blue Carpet. I can say my thoughts on Blue Carpet treatment because I was just listening to some Snoop. Yeah.
It was some whack shit
All right.
out for the 20th though. G Dep. You like G Dep's album? That was today. That was the 20th.
Oh, the G Dep album was the 20th.
Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna talk about that one. Let's talk about that one.
Timbaland and Magoo. I didn't care for that album.
Trash. I never cared for this stuff.
Styles
And I,
Styles
I got
P.
and I got like almost all the albums too for free.
Timbaland and Magoo. Wow.
Yeah, because that CD lot, these motherfucker gave me like literally all the albums and shit. I
Bro,
mean,
that's
I
like
like
that's
some
like
songs.
when I got the CD lot from DJ Nelson and he sent me like all the Fabulous albums. I'm like, I didn't ask for this. Why would you put this in here?
I might do another CD. I might get another CD lot. I might.
Fuck
I'm trying to
that.
make some. I'm trying to make some loot. Actually, I might get a
Don't pay
vinyl
for
lot.
shit that you don't let them niggas throw in like free shit that you don't want. Only if it's good free shit.
Yeah, because some free shit I'm going to sell and make more money out of that shit.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm ready to start whenever you are.
All right.
What's up, you too? How is everyone doing this lovely, lovely, lovely day? It's your boy Reg in the building. I got my homeboy Tron in the building with me.
Yo.
And give me one quick second. Hold on. So I was trying to find an album anniversary for today. And since Tron put the idea in my head, on the 20th, this album came out.
Yes.
G Dep's Child of the Ghetto. You know what I'm saying? This album came out November 20th, 2001 on Bad Boy Entertainment. Wow, that's the irony right there. Wow, okay.
Right.
Um, right. The man of the hour, always. I can never get away from him. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
G Dep is pretty much the protege of Black Rob, to be real with you, and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? He originally got to start on the label Tape Kings, but then he met Puffy in 1998, and he signed for a $350,000 album deal with Bad Boy Records. His first appearance on Bad Boy was on the Black Rob's 1999 album Life Story, which I don't give a fuck what no one says. That's a classic album. I don't give a fuck what no one says. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Um, yeah, and rest in peace to Black Rob. If y'all remember the review I did, I actually got an autographed copy, and I didn't even know it was autographed to the day he died. I was like, what? Wow. Cause I thought, who the fuck wrote this weird ass handwriting? But then I was like, oh shit, it's his autograph. Oh wow. But back to G Dep. I'm gonna be real with you. I kind of consider this album like to be the younger brother of Black Rob's life story. To keep it real with you, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause I feel like both albums were very similar.
Right.
This was known for songs like Special Delivery, which I like that song more for the remix. You know what I'm saying? That remix was pretty hot. You
Yes.
know, it was Ghostface was in that remix.
Yeah.
Keith Murray,
Craig
Diddy,
Mack.
and of course Craig. Yep, that's actually on the Reinvented the Remix album, which I got that album for like free too.
Yeah.
But I only got it because of that song. I'm gonna be real with you. I only got it for that song. Keep it
Right.
above. Um, but yeah, this also has some other heat like Keep It Gangster with Shine. I Am with Cool G Rap and Rakim. Yes, Cool G Rap and Rakim on the Bad Boy album and stuff like that too. So that's crazy. Um, yeah, man, this album was pretty decent. I've never done a review on this album to be real with you.
Right.
At the time, I kind of saw off Bad Boy reviews. You know what I'm saying? Because I was mad at the fact that the concert I was going to go to with Cameron Mace and Jada Kiss got canceled
Mm-hmm.
due to like allegedly Puffy trying to fuck up the sales. That's what according to Mace, but it is what it is. You know, so I got my money back. Thank God for that. But yeah, man. This whole album, it's actually his only album he ever came out with because the sales weren't really that good. So of course, they dropped him from Bad Boy Records, and we all know the story about how he actually is serving a sentence over a crime that or a robbery that he committed in 1993. And he was also on PCP and everything like that. He got away with it. He got away with it, but he carried that burden all these years and shit like that. I mean, he better than me. If I got away with that shit, I ain't saying shit. But anyway, this is a very dope album. Must have in your collection if you're a Bad Boy fan. Not really one of the best of 2001, but I feel like it's like mid tier. You know what I'm saying? Because '01 was a very great year in hip hop.
And Puffy
All right.
ain't paying him. Puffy ain't paying him, and he said that when his baby mother was in labor, he had to walk to the hospital because he ain't had no money to get on the train or a cab or anything. Yeah, because Puffy ain't paying him.
Because he was too busy taking pictures of Cassie. That's why he didn't pay him.
Right.
Shit. Other than that, the album that we are going to talk about today, based on the title, we're going to do Master P with Ghetto D. This album came out September 2nd, 1997 on No Limit, which is under Priority Records. It was known for the singles Make 'Em Say and I Miss My Homies. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. I think it has some other street singles. Um, it wasn't a video. I mean, it wasn't a single, but Ghetto D had a video for it. So it was like an underground kind of single and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, pretty cool. Producers include Beats by the Pound, Randy Jefferson, K. Lou, and Des. You know what I'm saying? Also too, guest appearances include C Murder, Sick the Shocker, Mystical, Pimp C, Moby Dick, Odell, Sons of Funk, Cain and Abel, Fiend, Mac, Moby Dick, Mia X.
You said that already.
I thought so. Okay. Big Ed, Mr. Servon, Mercedes, Lond, Prime Suspects, and that's it. Just letting y'all know, this is actually the 2017 vinyl reissue of this album. You know what I'm saying? So just want to throw that out there. So I've actually done reviews on Mr. Ice Cream Man, which was the first Master P review I've done. My favorite Master P album. I've done a review on the True album, the True from 1995. True spelled True. That I don't give a fuck what no one says. That's a Southern hip hop classic. I don't give a fuck what no one says. Um, I did the Ghetto's Trying to Kill Me too from 1994, which I feel like that's a very underrated album. Hot take. That's gonna be some of the best rap Master P has ever done in his career. Hot take. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? Shout out to Caprice. Um, so around this time, Master P was already had a following and like a following and stuff like that, beginning with the Mr. Ice Cream Man album, because he was still pretty on the underground when No Limit was still in Richmond. It was still pretty underground and everything like that too. And then 1995 came, and pretty much Master P, while 1995 was like a busy year because he came out with the 99 Ways to Die album, which that's a
Right.
very underrated album for Master P. Very hard to come by too. You know what I'm saying? That same year, True, which was pretty much like C Murder and Sick the Shocker, came out with their first major release. The True album 1995 too. Like I mentioned before, that's a very dope album. And then also too, you know what I'm saying? He also dropped the compilation album Down South Hustlers Bouncing and Swinging. So No Limit was really beginning to make a name for itself. But then he actually relocated back to New Orleans and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Because the artists he was working with in the Richmond era, a lot of them was still in that street shit, and pretty much, they had like a lot of business issues with Master P and everything like that too. So
Right.
he pretty much rebranded and got a whole slew of new artists. So 1996, not only did he invite the Beats by the Pound, he dropped the Mr. Ice Cream Man album '96, which classic album. I love that song, Mr. Ice Cream Man, Mr. Ice Cream Man, Mr. Ice. Let me stop. Let me stop. That had the original that Bout It Part Two, Ghetto Won't Change, Break 'Em Off Something, Play Up from Around the Way. Oh my god, like man, that whole album is fucking fire. I don't give a fuck what no one says. And so pretty much, around this time too, the late '90s was starting to happen, and True came out with his second album, True to the Game, in like February of '97. Which I'm gonna be real with you, that was a good album, but I don't feel like it didn't need to be a double disc album. To be real with you, and some of the production they use like a lot of like familiar samples with that record too. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Excuse me. So 1997 happened and everything like that too, and pretty much hip hop at that time was reaching its commercial, was like doing like a lot of commercial heights because you got to remember the shiny suit era was happening, and you had the Cash Money that was happening too, and everything like that. So, you know what I'm saying? So No Limit Records pretty much came out with this, what many people kind of consider like the breakthrough of No Limit, Ghetto D. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. So when it comes to this album kind of the album cover kind of caused some controversy. You know what I'm saying? Because if you guys recognize this album cover, it's like a computerized version. If you can look closely, they have like a little bit of the album covers. Like they have the Ghetto's Trying to Kill Me. They have the True to the Game. The original album cover had like a guy pretty much doing crack and stuff like that too. So, you know what I'm saying? And the label Priority Records was like, nah, let's just computerize this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because all these years I was trying to look at this shit like, what the fuck is going on in this whole fucking album cover? You know what I'm saying? I still feel like the album cover was pretty good though. You know what I'm saying? This is like special thanks and everything like that too. You got the vinyls too. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, man. I think I got this from. It was a vinyl. I think it's called Vinyl Me Classics. I think I that they sent me this album and stuff like that. I think I paid like $30 for it. So I was like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's cool. So yeah, man. This album has 19 tracks, and we're gonna get started with the first track, which is called Ghetto D, the title track, featuring Sick the Shocker and C Murder. Self-explanatory. It's just pretty much talking about making dope, which the D stands for dope. Um, with that track, they uses the Eric B as president sample that make him clap to this. Dun, dun, dun. I love that song from Paid in
Mm,
Full. You know what I'm saying? Pretty. The way they use it though, they pretty much filtered it out and everything
right.
like that too. You know? And instead of like Rakim saying make him clap to this, they said make him crack to this and everything. The video was pretty cool too. Just that, you said what?
No, I'm listening to what you're saying.
Oh, yeah, the video was pretty dope too. That was just pretty much them making crack in the kitchen and everything like that too. It was pretty like low budget compared to like the Make 'em Say video, which we'll get into that in a minute. But this is a fucking dope ass track. This is actually one of my favorite tracks on this album. I definitely feel like who do I feel I had the best verse? You know what? I gotta give it to Silk the Shocker. You know what? I don't give a fuck. I gotta give it to Silk and everything. Y'all niggas be sleeping on Silk the Shocker. He's not the most lyrical,
Yeah,
but nigga is entertaining as fuck. I'm gonna keep it real with you. If y'all motherfuckers can listen to like mumble rap like Lil Yachty and Uzi Vert, all these other trash ass motherfuckers and shit like that, Silk the Shocker pretty much made them niggas rap and shit like that, but he did it more flavorful, if that makes sense. I had to
yeah,
use
but
one of
we
Cool
can
These words.
understand
Sorry.
Silk when he's rapping though. We can understand him, even though he had like a fast flow. But I mean, for his flow was
Right,
dope for him. You know what I'm saying? You know,
right.
this is my first Master P album I'm listening to. So I thought it was good. You know, I like the fact that they used the Eric B and Rakim joint, and they all flowed well on this beat. It was banging.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this was definitely a banging track too. This features Silk the Shocker again. Pretty dope track. One of the hardest tracks on this fucking album and stuff like that too. Um, Pretty much when I looked this song up, the intro it was pretty much taking shots at Cash Money Records from what I looked up. You know what I'm saying? And you guys gotta remember, No Limit and Cash Money kind of had like a beef and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know the full deep story. They mentioned it in the No Limit Chronicles.
Right.
If I do go back, I guess it's been years since I watched that No Limit Chronicles, but I think it's like Birdman trying to do some shit. I don't know, but I have to really watch that shit again. So don't get me lying. You know what I'm saying? So I'll probably post it on the community tab. But yeah, man, this one was pretty hot though. You know what I'm saying? I like this record right here, Mystical. Definitely did his thing. I forgot to mention that. Yeah, Mystical. You know, he left Jive Records around this time. Master P, pretty much, did one of the best rap negotiations for him and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
definitely got to finish Mystical's discography. I know I just did the first album. I got to do Ghetto Fabulous and stuff like that too. Which I think I have Ghetto. One album I'm missing though, but when he did that shake your ass shit, he hooked up with Neptunes. I'm like, nah, it's not for me.
Man.
Sorry, Char. That's on you.
Man. Let's Get Him was cool. I like the beat for this. This was dope.
Yeah, yeah, it was pretty good. I like the beat too. Um, Track number 3, I Miss My Homies. I got what they were trying to do with this song. It's like a sentimental track, but it kind of comes off as comedic and everything like that
Really?
too.
Wow.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I like it, but I can never take this song seriously. I'm sorry, I can never take it. And this was dedicated to his brother Kevin.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it was dedicated to Kevin, and it also dedicated to Tupac and Biggie. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Master P, like I said, Master P is not like the best lyricist. He's not
Hmm.
like the best rapper and everything like that too. So sometimes when he tries to get to these like serious kind of songs, it can be hit or miss just based on his delivery. You know what I'm saying? But I do respect the song and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? I do respect it. It's just not really one of my favorites. And they use a sample of the OJ song Brandy, which again, I like that song. I know a lot of diehard fans love it, that song, but uh, it was. I thought they were talking about a girl, but they were actually talking about a dog and shit. I was like, okay. I was like, y'all
Yeah.
ain't Michael Jackson and shit.
Oh
You
shit.
know, Michael was talking about fucking rats and band and
Yeah,
shit like that. I was like, y'all think y'all right now? Okay, shit. But yeah,
I
you
like
say you
it.
like this song?
Yeah, I thought it was like a gangster ballad, and I like the beat for it, and I don't know, I like this. So mind you, this is the first time I'm listening to a Masterpiece album. So if I like more of the songs than you, there's something is wrong.
Well, we'll just have to see about that, buddy. We'll just have to see about that. Cause next song we got is We Riders featuring Mac. We Riders was pretty dope too. You know what I'm saying? Mac, I definitely need to listen to more of Mac's discography. To be real with you, um, yeah, man, just talking on that. He talking on that gangster shit. You know what I'm saying? Pretty dope track right here. It's like either ride with us or don't. You know.
I like the beat. I felt like Masterpiece sounded like Tupac on this though. Like certain lines he
Oh,
was
we'll
saying.
talk about that.
He was
We'll
definitely
talk
influenced
about
by
that.
Tupac on this album. Because it's more than one song on here.
Yeah.
Like he sounded like Tupac. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
this was. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
he did. I forgot the name of the track. It was on Machiavelli 4, I think it was. He did something with Pac. I forgot the name of the song though.
You want to know the true story though?
Uh,
So Matt Tupac almost signed to No Limit.
you told me that. I remember you told me that.
Yeah, back in like the early days and shit. Because back in the day, P and Pac were pretty cool with one another, and P
Right.
used to open up for Tupac and shit like that too. And pretty much, they were cool with one another, and they were almost signed to. He almost signed to No Limit, but this was back when No Limit was still relatively underground and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
So, and he did have some songs that he sounded like Pac, but it didn't really become evident till he did like the MP The Last Dawn and
Mm.
that Ghetto Face album. No, not the Ghetto. Yeah, Ghetto Face from '01 because MP The Last Dawn was cool, but I didn't care. That was like the last album from Master P I like because that was supposed to have been his last album, but again, rappers never retired
Mm.
and shit.
Mhm.
So,
I remember when it came out. He had the little mini movie for it and all that.
oh yeah, that movie was
Yeah,
funny as. Yo, we have to talk about some No Limit movies, man.
that
Some of
was
them No
dope.
Limit movies. Some
He
no,
definitely
no,
did
no, not
something.
like individual, not like individual.
Right.
I like a whole discussion because
I used to
some of them
see the
movies,
like in a Super Beach Street they would have like the album poster and the movie like on VHS and all that. I used to see that shit all the time. Like
man, I
he
used to see that
announced,
shit
oh,
way
that's
more.
this is my last album, and then he ended up coming out after that. So
Right.
you know,
Because also, you gotta remember also around that time, Too Short was like the first rapper to quote unquote retire and shit. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
And if you even want to take it even way back in the day, a lot of niggas thought MC Hammer was gonna quit after Too Legit to Quit because there
He
was
should
rumors
have.
that was supposed to have been his last
He
album.
should have. That album was bad. He should have quit after that.
Yeah, Funky Headhunter was way better.
I still don't like it. He should have quit like for good.
But yeah, man, his like the Let's Get It Started and Please Hammer Don't Hurt Him. Yeah, I'm good with those and shit.
Yeah,
You know
when
what I'm
these
saying?
niggas like announce retirement and then they come out with like the comeback album, and don't be like Kingdom Come wasn't a great album, man. Ironically, that's the anniversary today for that. That wasn't a great album when it came back. You know,
Yeah, Kingdom Come was just. I I liked a few songs like Show Me What You Got. That was a
mm.
perfect first
He had a
single,
few
but
good songs.
then yeah, someone like Hollywood. I was like, oh Jay, what the
He had a
fuck are
few
you
good songs,
doing?
but it wasn't a great album.
Yeah, man. So next song is called "Throw 'Em Up" featuring Kane and Abel. I never liked this song. I never was a big Kane and Abel fan like that. I'm gonna keep it real with you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They sounded alike to me. I couldn't tell the difference between who was who. To be real with you,
Well, ain't they like twins?
I rest my case.
Yeah.
Mm. But yeah, I never liked this song and shit.
It's alright. It's not one of my favorites on the album.
Oh, we actually agree on something. Okay. So next song is called "Trying to Do Something," featuring Fiend and Mac. Now we on some shit right here. You know what I'm saying? This one was pretty cool too. They actually used the Isley Brothers "For the Love of You" sample. Rest in peace, Rudolph Isley, by the way. You know what I'm saying? That sample, I'm not gonna lie, they always use the same part for that sample and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's
But
the best
the
part.
way how they flipped it was pretty cool
That's
too.
the best part of the song. What you mean?
Well, well, it
That's
is.
the,
It is the best part, but at the same time, see, with me, when I sample, I don't like to use the same like signature portion. I like to
right.
like listen deep. I like to study the sample, study the instruments and shit like that. Like the outro when Ron I's like, and I'm living. I wish somebody would sample that part and make that shit sound smooth as fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm
Right.
surprised Just Blaze never really touched that sample because,
I don't know.
well, yeah, man, a way better producer than Herbie. I can tell you that. You know.
Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, but yeah, I definitely fuck with this song. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they all did their thing.
I like it. Like once I heard the Osley Brothers sample, I think, and so any rap song that sampled it to me was good. Like they just picked the best part of the song to sample it, and I thought it was a great track.
Yeah, I felt Master Ace used to sample the best for INC Ride, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah, that was dope. Yeah, that one, the Nas joint, Project Windows.
Ooh, I forgot about Project Window, and that had Ron
Well,
Isley in it too.
yes, the original mix though, not the one that's on
And
Nostradamus.
honestly, oh wait, there's I
Yeah,
know what you're talking about. I know what you're
the
talking
other
about now.
one. Yeah,
Okay.
because the one on Nostradamus is different. It's a different beat.
Yeah, cause I heard the original mix like a while back ago on YouTube and shit. But hey yo, off topic. I
Uh,
took a little bit of the anxiety medicine. I'm not really feeling anything so far. You know what I'm saying?
okay, I don't know if that's good or bad.
I don't know either. I don't know either though. But hey, whatever, man. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I took some anxiety medicine before I got here because I was like almost had a mental moment. That's all I want to say. That's all I want to say. But
Yeah, we don't want that.
anyway, you said what?
We don't want that.
No, we don't. No. All right. So next track is called Plan B, featuring Mia X. So if you guys remember that Biggie song, Another, featuring Lil Kim, it's just pretty much the same concept of this song. You know, talking about they need another side chick because other one of them ain't acting right and everything like that too. I kind of like this one better than Another. You know what I'm saying? Cause I've always never liked that Another song, just with Biggie singing, "I need another."
Wait,
Yes,
but hold on.
another.
But you love Player Hater, and he's singing on that.
Yes, I love
Make it
Player
make
Hater.
sense.
I know, but see, let me tell you something. He paid homage to Delphonics' "Hey Love," right?
Oh
And
Lord,
he
oh,
meant that
man.
shit as no. Listen. The way how he did it was it was unique because he took a tragic love song, made it into a robbery song and shit like that, by still paying homage to the original. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Another, they just used that time sample and Biggie was just trying to. He said he sounded like he was constipated on that track. You know what I'm saying?
What?
But what nigga like?
What did you talk about? I loved it.
Hey, don't blame the medicine though.
Mother was banging, yo. They should have had a video for that, dude.
They should have a video for Player Hater.
No,
Is
they
it?
don't need no video for that. No, they don't.
Okay, well,
If they
would you
had a
rather
video
listen to
for that,
Player Hater?
it would have to be like on some warning type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like not I don't want to see him like
Right.
actually singing in the damn video.
So would you rather have would you rather fuck with Player Hater or Jealous Guy from Harlem World?
You gotta choose. I didn't like none of
Yes.
those songs. That Mace shit. Mace did not do New Edition song better than them. I don't know what you're talking about. Bobby
I
Brown
never
killed that
liked
song.
see
What?
That song is funny. It's funny because that's the song that made Mace become a pastor in the first place.
That song.
Yeah, I told you the story. He
I
had a
thought he became pastor
reputation.
because Puffy was doing his
No,
bullshit.
that's what the media wants you to think. But let me break it down. Since we're talking about side chicks and everything, so Mace had a reputation for being a side nigga. He used to
Mm-hmm.
flirt with a lot of girlfriends. That's what happened with the beef with Jay-Z, right? So
Right.
one
You told me.
time, yeah, so one time he messed with somebody in the hood. They made a song called Jealous Guy. And the motherfuckers were after him. He relocated to Atlanta and shit like that too. That's the
So
real
he
story.
ran to Atlanta just on those dudes.
Yeah,
When
that's the
he
real
could
story.
he had but he had money. He could have had security and all that around him. He could have had a gun.
Oh, these are some like hood niggas and shit, See, that's what the media wants you to think, because if he had issue with Puffy, why did he go back to Bad Boy when he
Yeah,
dropped
but
that whack ass Welcome Back album?
because he signed a 6 album deal. He still owe Puffy 3 albums. Remember when he tried to get on G Unit and Puffy blocked that from happening
Yeah,
because he still
yeah, I remember
yo
that.
Mace fucked up. All he had to do was drop 10 joints a piece for him. Here's your 6 albums, and then you would have been done. And then
But
nigga did
see,
a
that's the
mixtape
thing.
on G Unit. Remember he did that mixtape where he's like calling out Fat Joe and Jim Jones and them. But back when he had the beef with Dipset and all that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
but see, that's
saying?
the
So I'm
thing.
like, he fucked up because if you in the mixtape era, you drop a mixtape for G Unit, all you had to do was give Puffy 3 albums, 10 songs apiece. He would have been done with his deal, and then he could have signed with G Unit.
But see, when like artists go through that all the time. It's like they don't want to rush through certain shit because they actually want to feel the music and shit like that too. See, that's how Prince got out that Warner Brothers contract because that's why he was putting like a lot of crazy shit like Chaos and
Yeah, but
Disorder.
I like those albums. I like Chaos and Disorder. You know what I'm saying? I
See, I
like
hate
the
I
Come
hate
album.
Chaos from them.
Man, you
Come was
bugging.
cool.
That's some of his underrated like best shit.
Give me give me the Gold Experience and Rave
Yeah,
over Chaos and Disorder. I'm sorry.
yeah. But Mace don't got that because Double Up was garbage, and then when he came back and he dropped that Welcome Back shit, that was trash too. You know what I'm
Yeah, man.
saying?
How dare he do that? How dare he do that to Welcome Back Carter? How dare he?
That whole album was
Get
garbage. Not even that song. That whole album was trash.
Yo, welcome to the chat, Gary.
It was good.
I never seen you before, but welcome. I don't know. You know him, try?
We no. We talking about Mace garbage ass albums after Harlem World.
but back to Plan B. Yeah, Mia X though, fucking fool.
Yeah, she
She
killed
should
it.
have had like at least a good 3 or 4 albums on her belt though. But she actually left No Limit on her own accord too, if I'm not
Mhm.
mistaken. But
Yeah.
this is a
She
pretty
looked
dope.
like
I
a
like it
brand
better than
new
enough.
woman. She looked like a brand new woman
Yeah,
now. She lost weight. She's toned up. You
yeah,
know. I think Mia X killed this track. Definitely, she had the best verse on here. The beat was fire.
right. Oh Lord, okay. Next track we got is Weed and Money featuring Silk the Shocker. Oh my God, man! Now we get into some real good shit right here. You know what I'm saying? This is like gonna be like the one. This is gonna be one of many songs talking about weed and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But this one was a pretty dope song. Moby Dick killed it with that beat. Self-explanatory. One line from Master B I did like, believe it or not. In my pockets, I'm knocking. The feds can't stop me. Most hoes they jock me. I got knots in my pockets. Caviar and bitches, 6'4" and switches, champagne and riches, but cooking keys in kitchens. You know what I'm saying? Um, pretty dope line right there and shit too. You know what I'm saying? He took the shocker, nice little doing his thing on that too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Silk the Shocker killed it. Definitely had the best verse on here. The beat was fire. I liked it. Yeah, Gary said he's from New Orleans. Shout out to New Orleans. Shout out to Wheezy and Currency, No Limit, Cash Money,
yes sir,
all the legends down here.
yes sir. Shout out to New Orleans, man. I need to go down there. I was trying to go down there a couple of years ago, but it didn't go out the way I wanted to.
Yeah, I
And yeah,
never been
Mia
down
X
there.
is very slept on too.
Yes, definitely.
By the way, I'm finishing up my list right now. I got a lot of
You,
heat for
you
this
just
list and
finishing up the
shit.
list. My list done already, yo.
I was at look. Let me tell you something. I was going through a lot today, but
Of
I did a
course.
list in my head. I did a list in my head and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because when I do shit in my head, it always
Mm,
goes out right. You know what I'm saying? So
okay.
don't worry. Don't worry about it. I got it. I got to handle this shit. You know, because I'm Reggie. I'm Reggie. That's why I got to handle. You know, I got to handle. You know what I'm saying? But back to the main topic. Yeah. So now we're gonna go to Captain Kirk, featuring Fiend, Sip the Shocker, and Mystical. Um, pretty much. This is like their version of the Vapors. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much.
Right.
Y'all famous, and all the girls want you now because you have money and stuff like
Mm,
that too. You know what I'm saying? This is actually again another one of my favorite tracks on this album. You know what I'm saying? I love the beat to it too. The beat was pretty
right.
good. I love the way how they play some synths on it and
Right.
everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man.
And the
Again,
chorus.
I feel like, excuse me.
The chorus. When they do the chorus, Captain
Oh,
Kirk, can you save me? Captain Kirk, I want to have your
can you
baby.
say that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, man. I love this. Mystical again. I love the line he says, "Whole thing she got a made, gone right in my pocket to the top. But oh no, you bitch, you. I ain't responsible for what that other nigga did to you. Don't give a fuck what that nigga botched you. Give a fuck about what you another nigga been through. Get the fuck out my face, your fam too. Stop running behind my G dude. Can't wait to see that nigga that got acting like that cause the ass whooping been do. Y'all know why? This is why I fuck with Mystical. Now, what he does in his personal life, that's his business and shit.
Right.
But musically, lyrically, Mystical is a top tier lyricist, man. Shit. But yeah, this is a dope track right here. This is dope. I like this.
Yeah. I like this definitely. The chorus, the beat, Mystical killed it. One of my favorites in the album.
Definitely. Ooh, I'm about to really surprise you with some of these choices. Try.
Man, God, that's bad.
Next on track is called Stop Hating, featuring Fiend, Silk the Shocker, Moby Dick, and Odell. Um, you know, I don't have nothing to say about this song, but that does not mean I don't like it. It just means
Mhm.
it's the typical song because around this time the word hater was being used a lot and shit like that too. So
Mhm.
yeah, this was a pretty decent track.
This was fire. You don't like the Club Nouveau sample, the Rumors drink?
Oh, that was Club Nouveau. Oh wow,
Yeah,
shit.
that's
Yeah, like
well.
I
I mean,
I
I think
like
they
it.
were. I think they were. Was it Social Timex Club or whatever? Before they changed the name.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. That's the rumor. That's the Rumors drink.
So stop spreading those rumors. That song.
Yes. Look at all these
Oh wow.
haters surrounding me every day, hating on the ball.
Oh
That's the
man.
Rumors joint.
My, my slow ass man. I was like, I heard this shit somewhere.
We know you
I
want
was like,
drugs tonight. It's all good. It's all good.
hey,
You get a
hey,
pass.
medicine,
The
medicine.
medicine,
I'm
my
on
bad.
medicine.
Yes, that's the Club
Yes,
Nouveau joint that they sampled.
got you.
You know what I'm saying?
All
I
right,
like it.
I'm
I
on
think it's one of
medicine.
the best songs on here. You know what I mean?
All right, same. Well, like I said, it's pretty decent and shit.
Yeah.
Now, eyes on your enemies. Ooh, this is another dope track right here too.
Yeah.
First of all, I want to give a shout out to Try because Try is really I did not expect Try to really be on this album like that too because I was
I
just
didn't expect
like,
it either. It's a surprise for me.
yeah, yeah, man. Because when I recommend certain albums to this man, he be
No,
looking
you
at me
you
all
be
sideways.
no when you recommend shit, you be recommending it and be like, yo, it's gonna be a trash review. And then when I like the album, it's no longer it's not trash for me if I hear it and I like it. You just be saying that like out the blue, like, oh, I know you don't like No Limit, so this might be a trash review for you. Now, how do you know that if I ain't hear the album yet?
Because because I've been talking about reviewing this album for years, and you just like, oh god, you like, oh god,
I gotta actually that you know what? That's actually good suspense so that people could watch the video. Because you never know what I'm gonna
right,
think about the album. If I listen to the album and I like it, then I like it. You know what I'm saying? Now it could go the
right,
other way, but more times than others. Sometimes more times I like the album. So.
right, definitely. Ooh, try. This list, boy. You should never show me that Questlove. You should never show me that Questlove shit.
Yo, I didn't even know. I saw what Questlove said. I'm like, yo, we gotta do a video. We gotta do like a list based on
Yeah,
what he was saying.
yes, but yeah, this one right here is pretty good. I like this one.
Eyes on your enemies. That was dope. The beat was fire.
Right. All right. Now, dun 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 dun. Make them say, nah 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 nah. I mean, man, when this song came out, it was everywhere and shit. Like it
Yes.
carried P from like to 97 to 98, man.
Yeah.
This features Fiend, Sick the Shaka, Mia, and Mystical. This is actually his most successful single too. It was nominated for MTV for Best Rap Video in 1998, but it lost to Will Smith getting jiggy with it. I love Will Smith getting jiggy with
Oh,
it, but
hey,
if
Fresh
based
Prince.
on the nominees, I know based on the nominees, I would rather have given it to Busta's "Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See."
How did
That's
that
just my
lose?
personal opinion.
It's crazy.
Right. Well, mind you, Hype Williams did. I think Hype Williams did all the
He
videos
did
here. Hold
all
up.
the videos. Yeah, he did all the videos.
Yeah, because it was Busta Rhymes, "Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See." He did that video. Make
Right.
Him Say, I think he
Right.
did that video too.
He did Will
Hold on.
Smith.
Yeah, he did Getting Jiggy with it. He did
Hmm.
More Money, More Problems. And
Yeah.
I think he did Ghetto Superstar. So either way, the
Mhm.
motherfucker was winning and shit. Shit.
He was
Either
gonna
way.
win. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. But back to the song and shit. Yeah, this is the song that really put New Orleans in the southern hip hop landscape and everything like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They did a remix on MP The Last Dawn, which I mean, the remix has Snoop Dogg on it. You know what I'm saying? Which this Snoop is cool, but I feel like Mystical had the best verse on the original version.
Right.
I
Right.
love how he started off. He was like, "Hold on, where's that shit?" He's like, "I'm that nigga that rappers look up to when they don't won't know how to do it. Used to be the little bitty skinny motherfucker with the braids in his hair. Used to live on the Champutelas. I done paid my dues, but still played the blues. Nigga, play me like you was scared to lose. I'm still a fool. You ain't heard the news. I'm with them no limit niggas making major moves." And then he was all like, "Watch out, my bitches get wild. Nah, 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 nah." I mean, like,
Hmm.
mystical, man. Mystical was the MVP on this album. I'm gonna keep it a buck,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
And yeah, man. And this was like the fifth motherfucking verse. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Right.
I even like how Master P started. Nigga, I'm the
Yeah.
colonel of the motherfucking tank. Now let the big things, we have the big bank. Third war hustlers, soldiers in combat, convicts and deals and kills with true tech. Woo! Y'all didn't expect me to go hype over this song though. Y'all didn't expect me though, but this is a southern rap classic. This is the hip hop classic. You know, the video with the
Hmm.
basketball court.
Yep.
You know,
The
oh
two
my!
tanks and all that.
After
Yeah.
that video, every rap video want to do a video on a basketball court and shit like that
Hmm.
with the
Yep.
motorcycle. Yeah, come on,
Facts.
man.
Facts.
Come on, man. Don't fuck with me tonight, nigga.
Facts.
Don't fuck with me. Woo!
Yeah, definitely. The
Y'all got
video.
me hype. Y'all got me hype, man. Shit.
Yeah. The video was classic,
Got me
bro.
so
We had
fucking
like
hyped today, boy.
the
Shit, boy.
gold tanks in
Woo!
the video, and they got like the leather camouflage on and the dances and everything and the cheerleader outfits. It was crazy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that song was
Definitely.
huge over here. That's really like the first song New York radio played from Master P. Like, and they played it every day. I saw the video every day. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely a classic record. You know, the beat, the horns, everybody killed it. Master P started it off great. Mia X, Mystical ended it off great. Classic.
Yeah, definitely. Classic song. All right. Next song we got is Going Through Some Things. You know what I'm saying? Don't I Know It, featuring Mr. Servon and Big Ed. Self-explanatory. You know what I'm saying? Just talking about their fucking life and stuff like that, how they gotta keep shit pushing. You know what I'm saying? So this is a pretty hot song, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, Antoine Shackle's also in the video too. Thank you for mentioning that.
Right, right. Yep. Yep. This was a dope beat. It had like a G Funk sound to it. You know, I love the chorus. You know, I'm going through some things. I'm going through some things. These bitches and these niggas got me going through some things. Fire.
Definitely. All right. Next track. One time will only time will tell. Another fire track right here too. You know what I'm saying? Um, I feel like the latter songs on the album got a bit more serious and stuff like that too, which I'm not mad about. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this was a pretty cool track right here. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
This is banging. Love the beat for this. The bass line. Master P on this chorus shit. You know, only time will tell, nigga. When we down, go to heaven or hell, nigga. Fire.
yeah, definitely a fire track. All right, next song we got. Give me one quick second.
After dollars.
Yes. Yeah, I got it. After Dollars No Sense featuring Sick the Shocker. Um, yeah, this one was pretty cool too. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really write too much. I didn't really write too much notes on this one, but it was a pretty decent track.
This was
Not really one
dope.
of the best Silk and Master P collabs, but still,
Yeah. This is dope. Had like a southern bounce to it.
definitely. um, Next track we got is Gangsters Need Love. That's the next track. Um, this one was pretty much another one of those serious tracks right here. You know what I'm saying? It used that classic Diana Ross "Missing You" sample that I'm missing you. Tell me.
Mm-hmm.
You know
You
what I'm
know who
saying?
sampled that too? We just talked about him.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Um, Biggie.
Yes. That's the
Yes,
joint he did with 112, the missing you joint.
I love that joint, man. Oh my
Yeah.
god. You know what I'm saying? He wrote that for his home. You know, when I was young, I'm not gonna lie. When I first heard that album, I thought that was a tribute to Tupac at first. I'm not gonna hold you.
The album?
No,
Or
the
the
"Miss You"
song?
track.
Oh, the missing track? Yeah.
When I first heard the album, I was like, "Oh shit!" But then I heard "Long Kiss Goodnight." I was like, "Oh, never mind." But yeah, Gangsters Need Love. Like I said, not really one of my favorite tracks. You know what I'm saying? I kind of put in the same vein as I Miss My Homies, but I kind of like this a bit more than I Miss My Homies. Being real
Mhm.
with you, because the delivery on this one was a bit more better. But that's just my opinion, you know.
I thought it was good. I think it's a dope song. I like the background vocals. Got your the R&B sample from the Diana track. Yeah.
Definitely. Okay, give me hold on. Give me like a couple seconds. Try.
Okay.
Just had to breathe for a minute and shit. But next track we got is "Pass Me the Green." Another weed track right here. This is another banging up a track right here. You know what I'm saying? Produced by Craig B. They, of course, use the Friday sample. I know you don't smoke weed, but I'm gonna get you high today because it's Friday. You ain't got no job and you got shit to do. You know what I'm saying? That's just ingrained in pop culture at this point. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Shout out to Master P too because he likes to smoke his weed with Hennessy like myself and shit. So shout out to Master P on that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this is the quintessential weed song and stuff like that too. I might have to do a top 10 weed songs of hip hop there. Okay.
Wow.
There's be some weed songs I be fucking with. Some songs don't even talk about weed, but it still gets me fucking high and shit. You know what I'm saying? But this was
Right.
pretty hot. You know?
And they also sampled the Phantasm theme song in that movie. Phantasm. You ever seen it?
Phantasm. I never seen that movie.
The
Nah.
the tall man, the fucking the Undertaker dude with the silver balls and shit. That's
No,
the
I was
theme
probably too
song
busy
from the.
watching. I'm gonna get you.
You was too busy watching Friday. That's the theme song from Phantasm. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
So they sample
Definitely.
that. It had like a horrorcore sound to it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really dark. The piano chords and I think 3 6 Mafia would have been perfect for this beat too. Like
Ooh,
Mystic Styles,
Mystic
3 6 Mafia.
Styles.
Yes, they would have been perfect for this.
definitely. Yeah, man. That Mystic Styles album, I love that Mystic Styles album.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's Pass Me the Green. After Pass Me the Green, it's gonna Come and Get Some featuring C Murder and Prime Suspects. One more a little trivia. Pass Me the Green is actually the only solo masterpiece song on this album. Just letting y'all know. You know what I'm saying? Track number 18, Come and Get Some. Um, this one was pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? C Murder definitely did his thing on this one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't really talk a lot about C Murder on this album. That's crazy, but yeah, man, I like the line where he said, "My game's so tight, ain't got no time for just for slip ups. I come up short, I'ma bust your fucking lip up." You know what I'm saying? That was a pretty hard line right there. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yeah, this was pretty hot. You know, I like it.
If you want some, come and get some. I loved it. Definitely dope beat. C Murder killed it. This is a banger.
Yeah, definitely. All right, next track. The last track is Bourbons and Lax featuring Silk the Shocker, Lil Gotti, and Moby Dick. Um, this one was pretty cool. I want to probably end this album off with this one, to be real with you. But
Um,
I do feel like it's a pretty banging ass track. Definitely love that beat from Moby Dick. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty solid.
did you catch a sample on this one?
Don't tell me. Sexual Healing, Marvin Gaye.
Yes. They slowed it down.
Yes, and you know who else uses sample too?
Oh,
Fat Joe for Envy.
oh yeah, that's right. That's right. True.
Which I'm not gonna lie, I feel like they've used it better than Fat Joe because Fat Joe, he didn't really do that a lot with a sample. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? But I still fuck with that song though, especially that video.
Oh
You
yeah,
know?
definitely. That was dope. Yeah, I thought it was good. The 808s on it and beat. You know what I'm saying? They had like the slow down sample. I didn't see a problem with them ending it. With the album with this. I thought it was good.
Yeah, still a good track though. Overall, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I love this album though. I feel like this is a classic album,
Yeah,
but I do feel it's not his best album. Let me be real with you. You know what I'm saying? I do feel like it's his most influential album. You
right.
know, I kind of compare this album to No Way Out from Puffy. I kind of do.
Really,
Hear me out. Hear me out.
no
Hear me
way
out.
out.
Hear me out. Both 1997 brought out the very successful years for Bad Boy and No Limit. No Way Out, he definitely used that to promote his roster at that time too. You know what I'm saying? Which we've done a review on that album, so y'all can check
Right,
that out. With this one, with the whole rebranding of No Limit, he really wanted to show his homeboys out and everything like that, like Silk and C Murder, Mia X and Mystical. So it was like a showcase for them
right.
and everything like that too. So I definitely feel like this was a very, 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 very influential album, and it really, really made No Limit Records a household name in the music
Mhm.
industry and everything like that too. Because yeah, I gotta remember, No Limit was putting out like 30 albums a month.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, 30 albums like within like 3 months and shit like that. They're putting out movies. Like y'all niggas sleep on No Limit, their hustle and shit like that too. Y'all motherfuckers might talk shit about Master P. Yeah, he's not the best rapper. I'm gonna give you that. But try, I have a question for you after you can give your thoughts. But at the same time, in terms of entrepreneurship, this is this guy that taught a lot of niggas how to stack
Right.
their bread. Like Snoop Dogg himself always
Uh,
praises Master P. Always. Because, yeah, Death Row Records, he got his name out there, but when he was on No Limit, he learned more about being a music mogul businessman from Master P. Hey, look up, watch that No Limit Chronicle, you'll see what I'm talking about, you know?
and he made his best
So,
3 albums on No Limit to me. Like that's his best work.
well, two of them are, but we'll talk. We know
No,
which one I don't like.
I know you don't like the first one.
It was decent. I feel like he was
Mhm.
still trying to find his sound with that one,
Right.
but back to my point, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Antoine, you said Ghetto D is way better than No Way Out.
Wow. I gotta go with Puff. I gotta go with Puffy because that's his only great album, and it's because of who was on it. He hasn't had an album
Yeah,
since like that since No Way Out.
I feel like both have their pros and cons, but I have to give it to slightly to No Way Out. Slightly.
Well,
because
what's the cons for No Way Out?
well, it's not really a lot of cons. I just feel like with No Way Out, it's probably like songs I could have got rid of and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like a failure. It's not like a failure if that makes sense. It's just that
Biggie and Mace was the MVP for that album. Like they were the ones that made that album classic.
yeah, they were. I'm saying I'm not like I said, I'm not trying to diss No Way Out or Pro Ghetto D. Cause I feel like one is better than the other better than the other. You know what I'm saying? It's just like certain tastes and certain sounds and everything.
Ghetto
But
D was dope.
I do
It was dope.
yeah. So I'm gonna give this album a 4.5 out of 5. I definitely want to give it a 4.5 out of 5. This is actually my third favorite album from him. Ice Cream Man is number one. Ghetto's Trying to Kill Me number two. This one, and after this one, 99 Ways to Die. You know,
Yeah. I think Master P actually sounded dope on this album. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the songs he sounded like he was rapping, Silk the Shocker. A lot of songs he killed his features on, and the production to me was like more G Funk. It was more West Coast than down South. It had like a more West Coast sound to it. You know, production was great. Stop hating, make him say, Ghetto D, I miss my homies, we the money. I think it's a great album. I'm giving it 4.5 mics. You know what I'm saying? This is my first time actually checking out a Master P album, and I like it. So, Eric, if you listening, I need the OG copy. Well, Reg, the OG copy with the orange case.
I got you.
You know what I'm
Let me
saying?
do
I,
my
I
work.
think I think I fuck with it. Like early Master P, if it sound like this, I can fuck with his early shit.
Let me do my works, and I got you early December. I just got a few more bills to pay off and everything, and get this music video out the way. That can be your Christmas gift, by the way, because a nigga is struggling. But yeah. So yeah, now we're going to get into the top 10 genre altering list. This is actually an idea from Try, believe it or not. You know what I'm saying?
It's an
No, let me
idea
not say
from
believe it.
Questlove, not from me, from Questlove.
Got you.
Questlove mentioned like some of these albums in like a post he did for the new Andre album, and I'm like, yo, he makes sense because the new Andre album, like people shit on it, but it's actually a altering type of album for him as an artist. Very
Right.
different from Love Below and you know what I'm saying, and other albums. So I'm like, yo, we can make a whole list of how many like altering albums from a specific artist that change, their sound and shit.
Definitely. Yeah, man. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm actually gonna show y'all the albums and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Just
Okay.
prove to
Yeah,
y'all.
I'm not
I
gonna
be,
do that. I'm too lazy to go and dig out albums. So you
I feel you on that. I personally like to people show some albums and stuff like that too. You know what I'm
like,
saying?
they should know these albums, yo. They should know these albums.
Definitely. Ooh.
You still making
Can
your
we have a
list?
Can we have a tie?
Can we have a tie? What you mean?
Because I have two albums from one artist that I feel like is general altering.
Like for in the same like for what the number one spot?
Well, my list is not in no particular order. You know what
Okay.
I'm
Oh,
saying?
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess. You know,
Okay. Cool. All right. Fuck it.
you said you got two albums from the same artist? I gotta see
Yes.
this.
Yeah.
I want to see this shit.
Yes.
Okay.
But all right. Without further ado, like I said, my list is not in no particular order and stuff like that too. These are just albums that came on top of my head. From my membrane and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
this first album, this is actually my second favorite rock album of all time, and I feel like this album definitely, for an album from the 1960s, it definitely spoke a lot about mental illness, depression, and love, and everything like that too. And this rock group was known for their happy-go-lucky kind of songs and
Right.
everything like that too. But when they came out with this joint right here,
Mhm.
it changed the game. The Beach Boys' Pet Sounds.
Oh wow.
I know a lot of people are always surprised that I like this album because
I am
the
as well.
Beach Boys. Yeah, the Beach Boys. I really just only listened to this album and a couple of songs from them. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Mostly when Brian Wilson was songwriting.
Right.
But essentially, this is technically a Brian Wilson solo album with the Beach Boys overdubbing. Because the
Right.
story with this album was the fact that, what up, Ray Sean? I didn't even see you come in. Story with this album is the fact that Brian Wilson had a mental breakdown while on tour, and he had to go back home while they finished the tour without him. So he was writing these songs like "You Wouldn't It Be Nice," "Don't Talk." He pretty much recorded this album. But when the Beach Boys came back, they was like, "What the fuck is this shit right here? What is all this, sad, depressing shit? I want to
Mm.
fun,
Rock.
fun, fun till daddy takes that kind of shit." You know what I'm saying? And
Mm.
him and Mike Love and Brian Wilson's father pretty much were going back and forth. By the
Right.
way, fuck Mike Love. Never liked his ass anyway. Fuck Mike Love.
Right.
But this album right here, I'm gonna be keeping a buck with you. A lot of people, this might be one of the first psychedelic albums of all time because this has influences when it comes to like jazz, a little bit of like R&B, a little bit of folk. This is the album that influenced the Beatles to do like let me think. I want to say they influenced Beatles to do Sergeant Pepper because it was like the Beatles did Rubber Soul, and then Brian Wilson loved Rubber Soul that he pretty
Mm.
much made this album. They made
Right.
Sergeant Pepper. Then they made Beach Boys made Good Vibrations. That was supposed to have been for the Smile album, the original follow up to this one, which that
Right.
got shelved. And then the Beatles did Strawberry Fields Forever. Spoiler alert: the Beatles are on this list too. You know what I'm
Same.
saying? But I love this album. This is actually the only album from the discography I have in my collection. One day I might do a re-review on this, but I'm not ready yet. You know what I'm saying? And maybe try would actually like this album too. You
You
know?
never know. I like Master P album, so you never know.
Yeah. You never know. You like 2 episodes of Cheers too. So, hey.
Oh, good. Oh, I'm not going that far now.
Oh Lord. So you
Am I
ready?
going now? I'm going now.
Yes, sir. Yes,
All right, number
sir.
10. We talked about this album. I want to say it was this year or last year, but we talked about this album, and you just mentioned them: the Beatles, 1967, Sergeant Pepper, phenomenal
Oh.
album. I really enjoyed it. It was definitely a different sound for them from their, you know, pop jingly shit that they were doing, and when you got joints like with a little help from my friends and Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, and when I'm 64, one of my favorites. I think Paul killed that track. It was just a great feel good album. You know what I'm saying? Like you could throw this on the weekend and just vibe to it. If you don't want to hear like the wild stuff from the Beatles, and I think it was a nice change of pace for them. And this is why I think that's why it's so highly regarded, because it was a different sound for them, and I think it's an easier album to get into if you're not like a diehard Beatles fan, and if you want to start with like something easy to get into their discography, I would suggest this album, or Abbey Road. Abbey Road is classic too, but I think it was a good album, so that's my number 10 on the list.
Definitely, I loved Sergeant Pepper. That's actually kind of growing on me a little bit now. Cause I'm not gonna
You didn't
lie,
like it? You didn't like it before?
I when I did a review, I said
Mm,
when I first heard it, I didn't get much of the hype for it because I was more of a Revolver and Abbey Road. Even to this
right.
day,
Mm,
I didn't really feel Sergeant Pepper was as psychedelic as people made it out to be. I felt like
right.
it was pretty much more art rock. But then I get it now. I get it now. You know what I'm saying? It's not my favorite Beatles record though, because that honor
Mm,
goes to Abbey Road. But
yeah,
I
Abbey
get
Road's
it
good.
now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, okay, that's a good pick. Try.
Thanks.
So my next joint, this is actually probably the most recent album on this list. You know what I'm saying? This was an actor who was on a show in NBC. He became a rapper, and he pretty much, and I know Try knows who I'm talking about. He pretty much
Yeah.
always changed his style with different albums, though. But
Mm,
then he came out with this album, which was more of a soul, psychedelic kind of album and stuff like that too. And it's
right.
Childish Gambino's "Awaken My Love." You know what
Great
I'm
album.
saying? Very great album. This album took me through junior year of college. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
2016. Hold on, what's this? 2016. Oh my God, that was such a great year for music. I'm so what? Man, so many bangers came out that year.
Mhm.
minus all my favorite artists dying that year, like Prince and David Bowie.
Right,
It
right.
was still a very very good year. I think I was very happy around that time too. I think, but anyway, um, so yeah, Awaken My Love was a very 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 cool album and everything like that. This was like more he's not really rapping, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So he was more like singing.
He's singing, yeah.
Only thing, the only thing I don't like that. Come on, yeah, the track listing. He has his hand covering half the track. Come on now, I hate when artists do that these
Mhm.
days. You know, this was known for called like Zombies. Of course, Redbone. That was like a huge hit. You know what I'm saying? Me and Your Mama, Boogeyman. You know what I'm saying? This whole album was just an whole acid trip. You know what I'm saying? I had the vinyl to this record. I
Uh-huh.
actually gave it to one of my homeboys, Remy. Shout out
Oh
to
wow,
Remy, by the way. You know what I'm saying? Dope DJ. He always be DJing at my job and everything like that. So shout out to him. You know what
nice.
I'm saying? So I think I did a review on this album. I gotta double check though, but yeah. But you know what's crazy? A lot of
Uh-huh.
black people will say this like this. Black people love this album, but they don't listen to anything else from Childish. So,
Well, I mean, I listened to the Camp album, and because of the internet, I just felt like
that
I
was,
think he's better off being a singer than a rapper. You know what I'm saying? And I
mm,
think it surprised a lot of people when Awaken My Love came out, and I remember seeing the performance he did on the Jimmy Fallon show, and he was doing Redbone. I'm like, yo, like this nigga's really singing, and he sounds dope. Like, and I
right.
saw people posting it, and they were like, "Yo, like this." It reminded them of like D'Angelo Brown Sugar vibes. You know what I'm saying? So I think it was definitely a classic R&B funk album for him, and he's playing his own instruments as well, and it was great.
Yeah, very great album.
Yeah. All right, I got this is more like a rendition album, but it was very different for this group at the time in '86. And the anniversary is actually going to be on Thanksgiving for this album. New edition, Under the Blue Moon, and it's more
Ooh,
like I don't even want to. I have the album. I just didn't want to go through the records to show them. But it was a cover album of like all like classics like Earth Angel and Tears on My Pillow. Earth Angel. Their rendition was actually featured in the Karate Kid Part Two with Pat Morita, rest in peace, and Ralph Macchio. That was on the soundtrack for Karate Kid Part Two, and then they put it on the album. But they and this is like between this is like albums. It's like between what was the album Awful Love and before Any Heartbreak. So when you look at the album cover, it's only four members. You got Ralph and you got Ricky, Ronnie, and Mike. And there's no Johnny Gill yet because they didn't get Johnny Gill for the group, and Bobby had already left to do his solo thing. So this is like an in between album, and I think it's their most slept on. Like a lot of I know BJ is a huge any New Edition fan. He don't even got this album. You know what I'm saying? But it was a huge underrated album for them because it was at the time. When you a group and you doing like this is the '80s and you doing like joints from like the '40s and '50s. It's like people just gonna automatically sleep on it, but they actually the renditions were dope. But I always felt like it was like a different sounding album for them. It's like more like doo-wop and R&B. But I think it's a dope album, you know what I'm saying? And I like the fact that they tried something different, before they actually came out with their best album with Any Heartbreak. So
oh yeah. Spoiler alert: we're gonna do a review on that album next year too, or like January, because
dope,
we're gonna get into our new edition bag.
dope, dope.
It's a long time coming.
Yep.
See, I got some shit coming. Try, don't worry,
All
got
right,
some
cool.
shit coming.
And you got some trash coming too.
2024,
I already know.
the Moonlighting show. That's gonna be a different
Oh my
story.
god.
So,
I ain't gonna be
hey,
on here.
hey.
I get my mama for that. My mama will be on here for that.
Well, maybe you might
She
like
watched that.
maybe 3 episodes. Maybe.
She watched that shit. I ain't watched that shit. The fuck no, I would like 3 episodes. 'Cause I remember when she watched it when I was a kid. Yeah, that shit was boring.
I just now got into that shit. I was like, this shit kind of cool. This shit kind of cool. It's kind of artistic though for the '80s.
It's
Like one
very
minute they're doing a comedy episode, then they're doing like a gangster noir. I was like, and you know how with this channel, one minute we do an R&B review, then we do a pop review, but we always a hip hop channel and shit like that too. So I feel like that's the best representation. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Moonlighting is
Plus,
not the best representation for this channel though.
I'm talking about the genre altering.
Oh
Think about
yeah,
it. Think about it.
yeah.
Plus, I like Bruce Willis and Sybil Shepherd, so fuck it.
I love
Hey.
Bruce Willis as John McClane in Die Hard. That's about it. I don't,
Well, how about this? How about after Moonlight, we can do a Die Hard series review and shit.
good, and we can have Mike for that one, like
All right.
favorite Die Hard moments and shit like
All right. See, don't worry. Like I'm always up here though. Y'all got me. So yeah. All right. So my next album. So this album was recorded from this band when they were going through tax invasion. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much a lot of people say this is the band's best album. This is actually my second favorite album. I feel like with this album, the band made a great letter to black music that influenced them. And I'm gonna go with the Rolling Stones with Exile on Main Street. You know what I'm saying? Very, very, very great album from the Stones. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy too, because a lot of I was recently on a overrated rock albums on video, and people say that it was voted this was a very overrated album. You know what I'm saying? Which I disagree to an extent. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't like the production and the mixing. But you got to remember, they were going from studio and hiding from like the IRS and all that bullshit.
that.
You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like the more standard production. That's what I liked about this album, because it sounded like it was recorded in like a church basement. You know what I'm saying? And even no, no, no. I'm serious. Even Mix was influenced by like a lot of his influence, like Mahalia Jackson and stuff like that too. The gospel and the blues. You know what? Because if you listen to songs like "Tumbling Dice," it's a rock song, but the vocals that baby, oh whoa whoa, down in the tumbling dice. I love that record. Charlie's drumming on that record was so unique. And then you had songs like I just want to see his face, which was like a very James Cleveland-esque kind of song right there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, then you had the hard rocker songs like, Rip This Joint, Turd on the Run, stuff like that.
Yeah.
My personal favorite track next to I Just Want to See His Face is Happy, Keith Richards' single best song he ever sung on the Stones. You know what I'm saying? Y'all check out the live performance he did in 1990 in Japan and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? He killed that shit. So this is definitely a favorite album of mine. This is my second favorite Rolling Stones album. Yeah. I'm ready, Try. I'm ready.
I see.
That done got me started. This is shit I like to do on this channel. This is shit.
I see.
Yes.
Now the next one is not going to be a good one. I just mentioned it because it was a different sounding album for this person, but it's not a great album to me. And somehow he got a bunch of attention. I don't know how the fuck that happened. But Snoop Dogg with Reincarnated, his reggae album, this came out in 2013 and it was produced by Diplo. And Diplo is not a reggae producer. He's more EDM and pop. And he had Diplo produce it and Major Lazer, and it was all over the place, and he had like mad features, like Busta Rhymes is on this, fucking Drake, Akon, Chris Brown, Movado, Popcan, Mr. Vegas, Collie Buds, Miley Cyrus is on this album, Rita Ora. He had a shitload of features, and nothing on this album sounded like a dancehall album. You know what I'm saying? Nothing.
Really?
No, nothing on this album sounds dancehall, and he got nominated for best reggae album at the Grammy Awards. You know what I'm saying? This is Gin and Juice. This is Gin and Juice. This is fucking the Shiznit. This is Drop It Like It's Hot, Snoop Dogg. Like this nigga got nominated for best reggae album at the Grammys for this piece of shit reggae album. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he tried it, you know, and Snoop was this is what Snoop do. Like he did a gospel album, he did a reggae album. I think he was talking about doing a country
He did a
album at one
gospel
point.
album?
Yeah, he did a
When the hell
gospel
you
album.
do a gospel album?
That was like a couple years ago. He did that.
Oh, I think I know which one you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He
I'm
did
waiting.
he was talking about doing a country album with Willie Nelson, like way back. We still and thank God we
Yeah.
didn't get it. You know what I'm saying?
Back when the ego tripping came in.
Huh?
Yeah. Back when the ego tripping, because he did that song "My
Yeah,
Medicine" with
yeah,
Willie
you're right.
Nelson.
Willie Nelson's on there. Yeah, that album was garbage too. But this was his reggae album. It was a different sound, but it was garbage. And I'm like, yo, I gotta mention that. And he even did a Netflix documentary about making the album. I don't know why the fuck Netflix would even show that. Because he actually went to Jamaica. You know, he had dreaded his hair at that time. He thought he was a Marley. Like he really thought he was like another Marley member of the family. And you know, documentary is probably better than the album because I mean, I could watch a documentary of an album getting made, but actually listening to the album is a different story. But this was a bad album, but it was a different sound for him at that time.
Definitely. I think I heard it like I think I heard bits and pieces when we did a discography breakdown. I
So
think.
that shit is bad.
Yeah, yeah, I did. I did. So,
That shit is bad.
all right. So this is an album that Try don't like. You know what I'm saying? This artist is a Chicago MC, and pretty much, he was pretty much getting his breakthrough 2 years before he came out with this album, and he really wanted to genre defy himself with this one. And I honestly think it's better than the one he came out before. Unpopular opinion, hot take. Shout out
Is
to
it
my boy Ant because
Lupe
me
Fiasco?
and Ant,
It's Lupe, huh? I already know.
shout out to my boy Ant because me and Ant are huge, huge, huge fans of this album. Common's Electric Circus.
Oh, I thought it was about to be Lupe. I thought you would say like Tetsu and Youth. I'm like, I don't like that album.
That one was okay
I didn't like
and
it.
stuff. Like that was when
Too much
people
trap
kept saying,
production on that. That's when he started changing the sound, like doing trap shit.
yeah, it's better than Food and Liquor 2 and Lasers though, but not by much. You know what I'm
See,
saying?
I'll take Lasers. I know Lasers was mainstream as fuck, but I,
Oh,
I
I
could
hate
listen to
Lasers.
Lasers compared to Tetsu.
Yeah, man. But back to Electric Circus.
Mm,
I love Like Water for Chocolate. It's a classic album.
yo,
But this is the highly better album, the Like Water for
bugging,
motherfucking chocolate.
bugging. He ain't got no joints on there that's fucking with like what we're talking. Not one. Not one.
Hey, your
Race was
opinion, your
good.
opinion.
Race was good.
I respect your opinion. Hey, Kavase, what's
No,
happening?
no.
I respect
What
your
what
opinion.
song on what song on Electric Circus you think is better than any song like What If We're Chocolate? What song is
Um,
fucking with those songs?
Jimmy was a rock star, definitely.
What?
Um, yes, Aquarius,
No,
Bilal. Come on now.
no. That's not even
Come
Dilla's
on.
that Dilla's finest work on that album. That's not even his finest shit.
Mm,
Dilla did like one song. He did like one song on B, right? Like the Love Is joint. That's like better than anything on Electric Circus.
yes, I agree. I agree. B is my favorite Common album.
But you said
But this,
Dilla's finest work is on Electric Circus though. What? I don't see it.
yeah, Aquarius. I like Aquarius. Soul Power was very good. Mind you, he was
What?
working with like Questlove and James Poyser and everything like that too. So he was mostly like doing like the drums and everything like that. Well, not the drum program, but like this programming and shit would work with
Right.
Questlove and shit. But
Even
definitely
his new
B. Love,
singles
love
like
this.
Come Close. Come Close. You thought was good. You don't even like the Neptunes.
The song was good. I don't like the video. When he was having the
I
posters,
don't like the beat.
the
I don't
video
like. And I love the
was
Neptunes. I don't like the beat.
funny as hell. I'll give you that. The
I,
video
I
was
love
funny
I
as
love Neptunes. I don't like that beat for him though. And Universal Mind Control was even worse because they like did half of that
trash,
album for him. I'm like,
trash,
no, he picked
trash.
the worst beats from the Neptunes.
Yeah, Q agrees with her. He says trash too.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Yeah, man. So me, you, and Q agree
That
on
was
one
that was a
thing. That's
freebie. That was a freebie. That yeah. Again, I tell you, when you do these, when you buy these fucking, these halls, check to see what you got, because the dude threw that shit in there. I'm like, yo, why did he throw in this Common album? I never asked for it.
hell. At the time, you should have gave it to me. Wait, not Universal Mind Control. Excuse me, no. I thought you meant Electric
That's the one I'm
Circus.
talking about. He threw that shit in there for free.
Now you can keep that one. It's on you, buddy.
All right, I got where we at? Number 7. This is an artist that I didn't, I only listened to him when he first came out, like in the like 2010s, and then like he switched genres and went into rock. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like he's actually a big star now, winning like Billboard awards in rock than he did when he was in rap. And he was on the wrong label. Like his boss wasn't promoting him. You know what I'm saying? And I can see why. But I'm going with MGK. Tickets to My Downfall. His rock album, produced by Travis Barker from Blink 182. I think it's his best shit. I think he's better as a rock star than an actual rapper. Like he could still rap, he still does it, every now and then. But really, the only like project I only checked out from him was Laced Up. Remember the Laced Up mixtape? That was like what,
I love that.
2010s, 2011, whatever it was. That was dope.
Yeah,
The problem was he was on Bad Boy, and Puffy never promoted him. I never seen anything with him even mentioning MGK being on his label. You know what I'm saying? I just thought, like, I'm like, why is this dude on Bad Boy? Why would you sign to Bad Boy in the 2000s anyway? After the shitstorm that happened with the band and Danny D Kane falling out and all that, why would you even sign with him? And he signed with Bad Boy, and his boss never promoted him. And I guess at some point he said, "Fuck it, I got to do my own thing." He switched genres to rock. He got with Travis Barker. Travis Barker is like a great drummer. He came from a great band. You know what I'm saying? And he produced the whole album for him, and the album after that. And I love it. I think it was a great rock album. It reminded me of like the alternative rock from the 2000s when we had Blink 182 and Linkin Park was doing their thing. My Chemical Romance. And I think it was a great album. And he's getting a lot of hate because the rock fan base, they look at him like he's an imposter. Like, yo, like you a rapper and you came into our genre of music, and now you taking over, you selling out, tours, and you getting Billboard awards and shit. And we don't like that. We don't like that. You came from Bad Boy and you a rapper, and you posing like you a rock star now. So he's been getting a lot of hate over the past like couple years, but I think he's better as a actual rock artist than he was a rapper.
definitely.
You know what I mean? So yeah, and my ex best friend, that's like one of my favorite songs, and Bloody Valentine, and they the WW 2K22, they actually used one of the songs from his album for the soundtrack on that game. So
Definitely. Okay. All right. So this next album, I've been mentioning this album a lot lately. You know what I'm saying? In regards to this Andre album. I said album. I'm sorry. Let me be serious, y'all. Let me be serious. But this is a lot of people kind of bash this album, and I can keyword kinda understand
mhm.
why. But at the same time, with me, I like to listen to the instruments and I like to gravitate towards the music. And a lot of people might not know about this album. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. But this is from one of the greatest minds in music history. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this artist always steps his game up. Oh boy, how can I put this? It's Stevie Wonder, Journey Through the Secret Lives of Plants. I know
Okay.
what y'all are thinking, Reggie. Are you fucking kidding me? Because they'd be like, oh, this is not as good as Song from the Key of Life. You know what I'm saying? He's over here talking about nature and plants. Oh. I get it. But let me tell you something. This was the same reason how people were looking at this Andre album.
Mm,
Imagine 3 years after Songs in the Key of Life, you hear shit like Venus Flytrap, like that Venus Flytrap track.
right.
But then you also have the quintessential Stevie songs like "Someone You Love with a Dozen Roses." Make sure that she knows this. It's coming from the heart. Love that record. Oh my god,
Mm.
y'all don't get me
Kaveh said he
started.
got two off the rip. Kaveh should be on here with us too. I know he will have a crazy list.
For real. So I definitely believe Cavase would have a very crazy list
What's
because
your two
Cavase is a
picks, Kaveh? What I want to hear his two picks that he got.
definitely. Yeah, songs like Race Babbling, Black Orchard too. You know what I'm saying? I was very close to putting Sarita's album on this list. I was very close. The one with the second album she came out with. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, you know what? Let me fuck y'all heads up with this album. And excuse me. This is probably his most rarest album in his discography and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I actually had to search long and high for this album. You know what I'm saying? And also have a picture without his glasses. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
So that's
wow,
cool.
he's blind.
Yeah, he's
Surprising.
blind.
Yeah. I know he's blind. I'm just.
Cause I hate when people say, "Oh, he's not blind" and shit like that. I
Yeah.
was like, "Nigga,
I've heard
I hate when you,
stories about how he be knowing like when who's around him, like the actual people and shit.
because he has people that ask him. He asks people who's around here, what are they wearing? That's how he does that shit. And plus, what people need to understand about blind people, their other four senses heighten an unusual percentage to like make up for the loss of sight. People don't know that about blind people.
There was a story that Shaq told that how he I think Stevie was living in his building or something, and when he got on the elevator, Stevie knew it was him. How? If you're blind, how do you know it's him?
Some,
How did,
you gotta remember, sometimes those people troll too. They troll a
so
lot.
you think
You know what I'm
Shaq is
saying?
lying about the story? Like he didn't know that it was him?
I don't think he's lying, but I think he's not really. I feel like he's kind of like make joking about it just to make a story. Because what would a blind man go to an elevator by himself? Let me ask you that. I'm just asking. I'm literally just
I
asking.
don't- That's what I'm saying. I'm like, but even if he got to the elevator, how did he know was Shaq in the elevator with him? If he's blind, like how did he know?
Man, he can just feel that tall ass presence and shit like that. Shit.
That could be
He feel
anybody,
that
bro.
tall ass.
That could be Bigfoot. Like how would unless Shaq said something to him? Like if Shaq was quiet, how would he know? Because Shaq said he was like, "Yo, what's up, Shaq?" And he didn't say shit to him. So how would he know it was Shaq?
Again, I don't think he took that elevator by himself. I feel like Shaq is capping a little bit. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that'd be crazy, yo.
Because niggas be capping just for entertainment sometimes too.
Right.
Just look at Steven Smith.
Steven Smith, the ESPN dude,
Hmm?
the ESPN dude you talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
What he be capping about? So most of the time, I agree with Stephen A.
I agree with him too. But sometimes when you're in your environment and shit like that, you know what I'm saying. Sometimes niggas be capping just to make themselves like more superheroes and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that could happen.
Like sometimes, like let me ask you something. Like when you're with your friends, right?
Uh,
And sometimes you wish you talk about a girl and stuff like that too.
uh,
Compare, let's say you have a group of friends you like to bullshit around compared to like your other best friend you're more intimate with. So would you tell like the full graphic story to your bullshit friends or your best friend and shit?
I would. The problem with that is like when niggas is not getting no ass, they gonna be jealous of what you're doing. So I don't.
Who
I
gives a
usually
fuck?
don't. I just keep this shit to myself. Or I gotta tell like other people's that they accustomed to getting women. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because niggas that's not getting none, they gonna find they gonna find something wrong with Shorty. Oh, she look young. Oh, she fat. Oh, she got fake hair. Like, well, you know what I'm
So
saying?
where
It's
your
gonna
old
be
girl
something. It's gonna be something.
at?
It's gonna be something. You know what I
Mm,
mean? So, you know, they gonna find some type of excuse to hate on the chick that you fucking with and you talking
definitely. But yeah, that's my next one. Journey through the lives of secret
to.
lives of plants.
Number six, I got now this album we talked about earlier this year. from a pop singer that secretly recorded this album at night because she didn't want her husband, who was also
Oh,
the boss at Columbia Records, to find out about it. And I'm talking about Mariah
yes.
Carey and the chick band is someone's ugly daughter. And I didn't even know this was an album until we actually did the review, because I remember when Daydream came out, like, Fantasy Remix with ODB was huge, and One Sweet Day, Always Be My Baby, all that. But I never heard even back then about this rock album that she secretly recorded. And when we did the review, I was saying, I'm like, yo, like, this really could have fucked up Mariah's career, because she's known as the pop diva. You're doing joints like Visions of Love and Someday and Hero, and then if she do a rock album and it comes out, and then again the same thing with MGK, like how the rock community don't accept them as a rock artist in the genre, that could have happened to her. You know what I'm saying? Like it could have been successful, but it also could have ruined her career if she dropped this album, and then people was like, "What the fuck, Mariah? Like, you're trying to be a badass now? You know what I'm saying? You're talking about suicide and being a freak and all that, and meanwhile you're singing One Sweet Day with Boyz II Men." So I think the fact that it still came out, but it didn't promote it, and a lot of people, like, only like the true Mariah fans know about it and shit. I think that was the best thing to do. You know what I'm saying? At the time, like now, if she did that, I think she would have been accepted now. But in '95, I don't think she would have been accepted and looked at as a rock. The pop diva goes to rock, and she's a rock diva now, and I think that could have ruined her career. But there's two different versions of the album. There's one that we're still waiting for the other version with Mariah singing lead vocals. I know she has that in the vault, and she talked about it, releasing it one day. I don't know when we can get it, but that's the one I want to hear. The one that's currently out is with the other singer in the band, chick. And I thought, and you hear Mariah in the background. I thought it was a good rock album for that time. It reminded me of, like, when you listen to like Hole or Liz Fair, Luscious Jackson, those female rock bands and shit. Even the what's the band? Forgot the band with Linda Perry that we talked about. Forgot the name.
Oh, Four Non Blondes.
Oh, Non Blondes, yeah, right. With like Linda Perry, they were a great group, and it reminded me. It had like that '90s alternative sound to it, and I like it. I want to hear the Mariah version though, with her doing all the lead vocals. But this is definitely, when I was doing this list, I'm like, yo, this definitely got to get mentioned, because this is we never had like a pop diva that was successful in pop going to rock and trying to conquer that genre. So that's Mariah Carey and Chick, someone's ugly daughter.
Cave said, "That's a good pick, by the way. Try
Yes,
Jay-Z's Linkin Park Collision Course." I'm not. I actually like that album. That was a good
yes,
mashup album. I'm not gonna hold
that
you.
was dope, and it went like what, like double platinum and shit.
Right.
Crazy,
And it's funny because after that time, that's when Kanye worked with Coldplay for the Graduation album
right?
and everything
And
like
then
that too. You know what I'm saying?
Jay Z built a relationship with Coldplay. He had Chris Martin on the Kingdom Come album and shit. I think he did a remix for them as well.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Coldplay.
fuck with
They
Coldplay.
got some.
Yeah,
They got some shit. I'm not really the biggest fan of them. I'm tired of that clock song. Though. I'm tired of that song.
that's
But
not their
then
only
again,
hit too. They got more hits than just clocks.
I know, but yeah. I'm more of a Linkin Park fan than Coldplay. So
Yeah, Linkin Park
Linkin
gonna be
Park, that
yeah,
they official. They official. Rest in peace to Chester, by the way.
yeah.
Um, so my next album, Try talked about this album, and I'm not gonna give no long introduction because he already gave a group introduction. It's gonna be the Beatles, Sergeant Pepper.
Yes.
The Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Love, love this record and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? This pretty much broke through with like psychedelic music when it comes to modern rock music at that time too. You know what I'm saying? This was pretty much Paul's idea, talking about he wanted to do something other than the conventional Beatles formula, because they broke that formula with Rubber Soul. Well, it kind of started with the Help album, but then Rubber Soul was like the first step. Revolver pretty much was really Revolver was more psychedelic than Sergeant Pepper, but Sergeant Pepper was more versatile than Revolver, if that makes
Mm-hmm.
sense. I was so
Right.
close to putting Abbey Road, but I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna just go with Sergeant Pepper and shit, you know. And this was known for songs like the title track, you know what I'm saying? Sergeant, I kind of like the reprise on
That'd be
this
fun,
last half of the album with the drumming from Ringo. Ringo's drumming, he stepped his game up with the drumming with the Revolver album and stuff like that too.
right.
Um, I also love Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. I love that record too. One track that I love that no one talks about, you know what I'm saying, was Fixing the Hole. Oh my God. Love that record. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Um, Day in the Life.
Yeah,
Come on, you know, love that record too. When I'm
definitely.
64,
That's my
you know,
joint.
yes. And of course, you know, I gotta give my shout out to Within You, Without You, you know, George Harrison on the vocals and stuff like that too. Where he actually that was like the first song he incorporated with the Indian classical music because you know I was about to say George Michael, George Harrison.
Mm-hmm.
To me, he's the most underrated member from the Beatles, in my opinion. He don't get his just due when it comes to his songwriting and incorporating a lot of international sounds in like the Beatles repertoire and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta remember and stuff like that too. Like a lot of motherfuckers was just going through the same traditionary and stuff like that too when it came to rock music. But then once this album came out, everybody wanted to be psychedelic. Everybody wanted to have alter egos. We talked about this when the Rolling Stones came out with that whack ass Satanic Majestic Request album. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Which that was a huge ripoff. But
Right.
little did you know, Paul and John did background vocals and work on that album and stuff like that too. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Right.
Yeah, man. So this is a very, very, very great album.
That's a good one. Nos Barkley. I didn't even think about them because I have the second Nos Barkley album, The Odd Couple. That was totally different from Saint Elsewhere, but Saint Elsewhere is the best album to me.
Yeah, that was cool.
Um, I'm gonna go with where we at? Number five. Number five, I'm gonna go with Usher. Looking for Myself is his seventh album, and this is
Jesus
at a
Christ.
time when this album like it's not good. When this album came out, 2012. This was like at a time when the trend in music was EDM. You had David Guetta, you had Calvin Harris, you had Skrillex, VC. You know what I'm saying? Like all Dead Mouse. You had all like the EDM and club DJs. They were making their own albums. They were blowing up on the charts. And I actually liked the David Guetta song he did, Without You. That was like one of my favorite Usher joints. It blew up. It was a big hit. And I think he carried that over into Looking for Myself. And a lot of the songs were like it had that EDM sound. Climax. That was really the big hit off of this album was Climax. And you had Scream and you had Dive and they all they all had that EDM sound to it, but it wasn't a great album for him, in my opinion. And he had multiple producers. He had Rico Love, he had Pharrell, he had Diplo, he had Danger, you know what I'm saying? He had Jim Johnson. He had Drake's producer, Noah. Noah 40 is on this. Swedish House Mafia. Like this was his EDM album. Like for that time when EDM was just taking over, even when Linkin Park, and I love Linkin Park. Living Things, when that came out, that was like their EDM album for that time. You know what I'm saying? And I love that album. It was definitely a different sound for them coming from the alternative rock, genre. But I always looked at this Usher album like it was an EDM album, and he tried to capitalize on what he did with David Guetta, and it didn't work. You know what I'm saying? I don't even like when we did the review on this album. I don't other than Climax, and he had a joint with Rick Ross. Let me see. That's really about it that I liked on this album. But it's a forgettable Usher album. You know what I'm saying? But it's very different from what he was doing in the past. It doesn't sound like 8701 or My Way or Confession. You know what I'm saying? So this was like his EDM album.
That's a very good pick, Try. I actually
Yeah,
respect you so much for that.
you
So this
didn't
next
respect me
album,
before.
no, 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 not like that. I'm just saying
Mm.
because not a lot of people pick albums that they don't like when it comes to these kind
Yeah,
of lists right here
yeah.
too. But
I didn't
people
think of
forget
Nose Bark. I should have picked Nose Barkley instead. I didn't even think about that one. That's a
you.
good
You
pick,
want to laugh?
Cavs. That's a good
You want to
that's a good
laugh?
pick. Yeah. What you got?
That's actually my next album.
You got Nose Barkley? Oh shit.
Yes.
I didn't know you had the album.
Hold on. Huh?
I didn't know you had the album for that.
Yeah, I showed it in the second to last CD collection. Oh shit! Sent elsewhere.
That's
Yeah,
a good
Cavase. That's a
that's a good
very great
album.
album. I'm actually planning a review on this album.
Yeah.
Sometimes, probably since if you're free next week, Cavase, we can definitely review this album if you're free. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell y'all something. When Crazy first came out, it really showed me, and that's this when I was really getting into music. It really showed me how far people can make music so creative and
Uh-huh.
everything like that. Because I've never, to this day, I've never heard a song like Crazy. And that, to me, CeeLo's best singing was on that song, in my
Really?
opinion.
On just that one
Yes,
song? You don't what about the whole album though?
the whole album, the whole album. Excuse me. You know what I'm saying? The video to Crazy is just so fucking bizarre and stuff like that. It's like those little psychiatrists. So, what does this picture look
Yeah.
like to you? You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? Like that is like one of my top 20 music videos of all time too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because Danger Mouse and CeeLo, man, they just did their thing on this album and stuff. This album was so ahead of its time.
Yeah.
Like, give me this CeeLo or the more popular CeeLo and stuff. Like, I like the Love Killer
Lady Killer
album.
was a great album too.
Late,
I
it was
enjoy
a
Lady
good
Killer.
album.
Yeah.
It was a good album. It's not touching this. It's not touching this. But this album's not a one trick pony either. Because
Right.
you know, y'all saw like Smiley Faces.
Yeah.
Who Cares was pretty good.
Who cares about
Just
that?
a thought, you know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, man, like this was and this won Grammys for Best Alternative Music Album, and it was nominated for Album of the Year too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I wonder who it lost to that year. That was '07. I think Amy Winehouse. Hold on. Oh no, Dixie Chicks. What? Taking the long way. Oh, these nominees were horrible. John Mayer, Continuum. That was all right.
I didn't like that
Justin
one.
Timberlake, Future Sex
Come
Love
on.
Sounds. That's
Come on.
his
That's
only
a
great
classic right
album.
there. Classic
His
right
only
there.
great album. His only great
That's not
album. His only great album. Excuse me.
crazy.
And Red Hot Chili Peppers Stadium Arcadium, which that was cool too.
That was good, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was good too. But y'all picked the Dixie Chicks?
They got it.
Stadium Arcadium was big that
Better,
year.
yeah. That was better.
Hell, I gotta tip my hat to Timberlake and shit. That Future Sex Love Sounds, that was some banging shit. I'm not gonna hold you.
Mhm.
I'll tip my hat off to the White Hope. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Like
Wow.
it had the best remix until the end of time remix with Beyonce. Sexy Back was like a David Bowie song
Oh
mixing with
my
a Prince
god. What
song.
are you talking about? What?
No, listen,
I don't
listen.
get David Bowie when I hear that song.
Hold up. Like if you listen to like the Low and Hero and maybe even Let's Dance, you'll get David Bowie vibes on Sexy Back. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Um, My Love was pretty cool too. Like, see,
That's my thing.
I like some Timberlake songs, but y'all can keep that Justified crap. Shit, y'all can keep
You're
that.
bugging.
But yeah, that's Gnarls Barkley and shit, you know.
I also like when they came out with that album, they came out with a mixtape with Green Lantern. It was fire.
Yes. No, I
Fire,
never
fire.
heard that one.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good mixtape. I don't even know if they got it online anymore. They used to have it like on Dat Piff and shit like that. All right, my number 4 is the King of Pop, MJ, the one and only with Off the Wall.
Ooh.
This to me was like Off the Wall was like the end of an era with disco. I think it closed out the disco era, and he went out with a bang with this classic album. And I still can't believe that people prefer Off the Wall over Thriller, because Thriller made him a rock icon. Off the Wall was like a
Hey,
end of an era great album, a great disco album. You know what I'm saying? And
Off the Wall
having
was
joints
good.
like, huh?
Off the Wall was just as good as Thriller.
I love Off the Wall. I just don't feel like he was a star yet. Well, he was a star, but he wasn't the mega icon until Thriller came out. But Off the Wall, when you got like Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, and you got Rock With You and the title track, She's Out of My Life. It's just every track was a bang. Every track could have been a single. Michael was this is like destined for greatness with this album, and it was just great. You know what I'm saying? And he had like the afro on the cover with the tuxedo and shit, and just a great end of disco era album. And I think I don't know what other album you could end off disco with than this. You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
maybe the Diana album, but that was like what 81 that came out. But
That was
this
79 too. Yeah.
that was 79, the Diana album.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. Well,
That
yeah,
was the
the
last.
Diana
That was the
album
last
was great.
album he was at that time. Yeah.
Right, right. The Diana album was great. This album was great. So I think this was definitely a different sounding album for Michael.
Definitely. Boy asked better video, Thriller or Smooth Criminal.
Oh,
I gotta go
Thriller.
with Smooth Criminal.
Fuck no,
Smooth
Thriller,
Criminal.
Thriller, bro. I always tell this story. When Thriller, I saw the world premiere for Thriller when I was a little kid, we had a thunderstorm that night. And bro, once I saw Michael change into that werewolf, I ran under my kitchen table. That's how scared I was
I
of
was
that.
never.
Of that. That's how scared I
I don't
was of
understand how y'all
of
was
that
scared.
video.
I don't understand how y'all was scared for that shit. I was
Yo,
not scared for that shit.
what? Yo, you
I was.
if
I was never.
what
Nigga, I'm a.
4 year old, what 4 or 5 year old is gonna watch somebody turn into a werewolf? Like that shit was scary back then.
I was never scared
You
from
know
that.
what
I
I'm
was like,
saying?
that's
And
cool,
it was like, yo,
nigga.
like that was like my gateway into horror because if I know if I could watch Thriller, then I could watch horror films, and that's what happened. Like that was my gateway into horror films by watching that
When
video
I
and
look
then
at
watching the making of it and shit.
when I look at Fear, I say, hey there, Fear, get behind me. I was never scared of that Thriller video.
Oh my god,
But Smooth Criminal had some of the slickest choreography in any music video.
it did
Like it has Thriller is my second favorite MJ video, but Smooth Criminal,
right,
nigga, when he did that fucking lean and shit like
yeah,
that, I was like, yo,
right.
yeah, the moonwalk was cool, but that lean is the lean for me. It's
He
the
had Joe,
fucking lean.
Joe Pesci in that video. Yeah.
Yes.
hmm I remember that. You
Like,
know what I'm saying? But see, I think with Thriller, like he embodied what a video should go with the song. Like he wanted to scare us with Thriller, and
mhm.
to exercise his demons or whatever, and do that like one time. And I just feel like it was just dope because like like you see him in all his makeup and behind the scenes, getting the makeup for the werewolf and then the zombie, and then he turns back into Michael and he's dancing with the zombies. I'm like, that is a video right there. That is like the best all
Yeah,
time video ever. That's the best all time
yeah.
video ever.
I'm not gonna argue with that because Thriller and Billie Jean, those videos, and Beat It, those
Yeah,
videos are all in my
yes,
top 10,
right.
honestly.
He
But
changed. He had storylines with videos. They wasn't doing that before then. If you look at
right,
the video for Rock With You, there's no storyline for that. He just singing with the glitter outfit on with like some lighting in the back. That's it. There was no storylines for a video until Beat It came out. And then you just changed the whole fucking game with that.
because pretty much like back in that days, a lot of niggas was just doing videos in front of like a black screen or
Right,
stage or whatever.
right.
You know what I'm saying? David Bowie, the Ash to Ashes video from '80, that was way ahead of its time, and that was
Right.
actually one of the most expensive videos made at that time too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
mind you, Bowie was even criticizing MTV for not playing no black videos with Rick James.
Right.
Not a lot of black people wanted to side with Rick James and shit like that because they were trying to get their videos played on MTV. But Bowie,
hmm
that's why Bowie is the nigga. That's why Bowie was that
Right.
nigga and shit, yo.
And
Spoiler alert.
Michael opened that door for black artists to get their video played on MTV. So if it wasn't for
He
Michael,
did.
there would be no Yo MTV Raps and MTV Jams and
Exactly.
all that. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? We
If
owe
it wasn't
Michael a
for
lot.
Michael,
Hip hop owes Michael a
if it,
lot.
if it wasn't for Michael, we probably wouldn't have a VMA. So let's keep it a buck.
Right. Facts. Right. The Michael Jackson Vanguard Award. That's named after him.
Right. Um. So that's a very good pick. Off the wall. I got to go in my jazz bag right quick. You know what I'm saying? This is actually from my favorite jazz artist of all time. You guys should probably know by this time. You know what I'm saying? Um, this is still part of the whole electric period. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm.
he went a little funkier with this joint right here too. You know what I'm saying? And it's actually, if I'm not mistaken, his last completed work of the '70s and everything like new material and everything like that. If I'm not mistaken. And the album I am talking about is Miles Davis with On the Corner. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? I know people will be like, "What about Bitches Brew? What about In a
I
Silent
thought you
Way?"
was gonna go with the other one though, the one with him and Easy Mo B.
Ooh, that's a good one too. But Miles, see, just like with Prince and Bowie, Miles has
Mm.
like 8 albums that changed music
Right.
altogether. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? To me, he's the all-time premier jazz artist. I love Duke Ellington. I love Sarah Vaughan, and I definitely love John Coltrane. But when I think jazz, I always think of Miles Davis Perm first. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
you know what I'm saying? And you gotta remember, like this was released like 2 years after Bitches Brew. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? I love this album cover too. This is
Yeah.
blackness
That's
in its
dope.
finest. You know what I'm saying? And the thing with this album was that he was still doing his jazz fusion, but he was working with like he was influenced by like a funk musicians like Sly Stone and James Brown. A little
Mm.
trivia: when Sly Stone came out with a fresh album, he made his band listen to "In Time" so many times because he felt like that was a very perfect song and everything like that
Right.
too. You know what I'm saying? But you know, Columbia Records, they didn't really get the blackness of this album, so they didn't really promote it as much. You know what I'm
Of
saying? And
course not.
um it's actually, I think if I'm not mistaken, one of his lowest selling albums. You know what I'm saying? But don't let that fool you because a lot of rappers have also sampled from this joint too. You know what I'm saying? I love songs like On the Corner, Black Satin, Mr. Freedom X. Oh my god, I love that bass line on that track right there. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And you gotta remember that at the time, the electric period, niggas niggas weren't really fucking with the electric period. He didn't really become more popular with until like late '80s before he died. That's when niggas was like, okay, I saw
Right.
what he was doing because a lot of acts try to do what he did. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, people like the Weather Report. You could tell they were very influenced by this period, especially in their mid to late '70s albums and stuff like that too. Ooh, I'm just
Hmm.
getting chills right now just talking about all this jazz, man. Oof. But yeah, I love In a Silent Way, Bitches Brew, and I also love all this other iconic album like Sketches of Spain, Kind of Blue. But Sketches of Spain does not get its just due. You know what I'm saying? But this one, right, if y'all want to just like vibe and just, feel all the blackness and feel everything, damn, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. This is the perfect album for you. This is the perfect album. Miles Davis, motherfucking God.
I'm going with this next album for my third pick that is highly bashed from this artist, and I don't understand why. Like I feel like this artist always pushed the boundaries of music, and he didn't pigeonhole himself into one box, and he crossed the board with every album. Every album sounds different. So I'm gonna go with 2013 Kanye West Yeezus. Always loved this album. I think it's a phenomenal album, and he had
Oh,
Mike
get the fuck
Dean, he
out.
had Daft Punk produce on it, and it's not a pure rap album. You know what I'm saying? Like it was industrial rap, it was punk. You had the experimental, the alternative, electronic. He went across the board on this album, and like the one rap song that he got at the end, "Bound to," was dope. You know, I don't care for the video with him and Kim Kardashian on the bike, but the song was fire. And when you listen to like New Slaves and Black Skinhead, you know, Blood on the Leaves, I think it was a phenomenal album. And every album, Kanye West always, you know, he made his albums different from the last. Like College Dropout don't sound like Late Registration or 808s and Heartbreak. You know, Jesus, Graduation. Every album sounded different. And but his fan base, a lot of them do not like this album. I don't get it.
I
I think it was a dope album, and the fact that it still sold and it wasn't a pure rap album, and he could have easily did a pure rap album, and he said, "Look, I'm taking my music in another direction," and I think he killed it. I think it was great. You know what I'm saying? And props to Kanye for doing that.
Yeah, give me 808s over that one. I respect your
808s
opinion
was
again.
great. I love
I
808s.
never
That's a great album. But
Jesus.
again, this is not a pure rap album though. You know what I'm saying? Like
I know.
You know what I mean? Like the like I said, like Bound 2 is like the only real rap song on that album. Everything else was like out of left field, but I think he killed it, and I think it was a dope album, and for some reason his fan base hates it.
Well, that's one of the few times where his fan base was actually smart, honestly. So this next album, I'm gonna go out the box with this one. Y'all ain't ready for this one though. Y'all ain't ready.
Okay.
Um, this is from one of my all-time favorite rock groups of this era. You know what I'm saying? They really stepped their game up with this one. I feel like this one kind of gets a little slept on compared to the first album. It's Faith No More with Angel Dust.
Okay.
Um, ooh. Now I could easily put any Faith No More album on this list because they weren't your typical metal group because they
Right.
incorporate like a lot of jazz and soul, and
They were rapping,
they were more they were progressive. I call them progressive metal.
and they were rapping
And
too.
bingo, thank you, Try. And I know I hate when people say, "Oh, they were like Red Hot Chili Peppers." No, they were not. I'm sorry,
Nah,
they were not.
they're still different bands.
I love my Red Hot Chili Peppers, but Faith No More was a different breed, in my opinion. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yep.
Um, so Mike Patton, who had just joined the group by their last album, you know what I'm saying? He pretty much had more input on this track right here too, and this had like a more theatrical kind of sound to it. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, this one was pretty cool. I actually like this one. It's actually my favorite Faith No More album, and I need to get my hands on this one. You know what I'm saying? Because like when we were on Speak Your Cloud,
Yeah.
Mike definitely recommended this one to me and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, shout out to him for that. I love songs like Caffeine, Small and Smaller. Land of Sunshine was a great song. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? They even did a cover of the Commodore's Easy, but see, that was the on the 1993 reissue and everything
Right.
like that too. You know what I'm saying? And it's actually a pretty cool cover. I'm not gonna hold you. It's actually a cool cover of that song. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? Wasn't expecting it though. And the album cover was pretty dope too. You know what I'm saying? Just the little dove and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, definitely a very, very, very great album from Faith No More and everything like that too. And it's actually their best-selling album to date too. So that should tell you something.
My number two, like you mentioned, Childish Gambino, "Awaken My Love," phenomenal album. When I heard this album, I was like, "Yo, Childish Gambino needs to just stick to singing, do the funk R&B stuff. He's great at it. It did give me like Sly and the Family Stone, vibes and D'Angelo and you know I enjoyed it. Me and Your Mama and Terrified and Redbone. I think it's a great album. Definitely. I want him to do another album like this. Like if it's not a sequel, give us another funk R&B album like this. I think he's dope at it, and yeah, this is definitely have to be on my list.
Definitely respect that shit. And like I mentioned before, I do have a tie for my last pick. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? Because I can't pick between either album to be real with you. But you know what? This one right here, I'm gonna start with the first one that came out in 1976. This particular artist is definitely one of my favorite solo rock artists of all time, and
Hmm.
everything like that too. I just talked about him not too long ago. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? It's the first one from this artist is David Bowie's "Station to Station." This album came out in 1976. You know what I'm saying? This was the beginning of the Thin White Duke era. You know what I'm saying? Where he had like the red slick back hair and everything
Hmm.
like that too. He was dressed more suave and everything. He got away from that glam rock kind of style. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But then he was also on cocaine around this time. And okay, try. I'm gonna mention this album. I want you to breathe for a minute before I mention this album as
Oh
an
Lord,
example. Breathe for a minute. Just breathe.
I'm good.
Are you calm? Are you
Yep.
calm? The same way Redman looks at There's a Dark Side is the same way he looks at this album.
Oh, he don't
Let
like
me
it.
explain.
Wow.
Let me explain. Let me explain. So my nigga was on cocaine a lot around this time. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Around the Diamond Dogs era, he started like doing coke when he moved to USA. And Around the time of this album, he didn't remember recording this album because he was going through like a lot of controversy around this time too. Because doing his Isola tour in 1976, he got a lot of flack because he was doing a lot of fascist salutes like the Hitler sign and everything like that too. Because he was studying that for a new alter ego. Then he also was just just doing like he was having a diet of peppers and milk around this
What?
time, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. But the
Peppers and milk?
freakiest, yes, but the freakiest story, this this one makes me laugh all the fucking time. He thought Jimmy Page from Led Zeppelin was trying to lay a curse on him and everything like that too. Yes, Jimmy Page, Led Zeppelin. I didn't look up that story. That story's kind of funny though. But yeah, and around this time he was also doing the movie The Man Who Fell to Earth. I've never actually seen that movie. I've seen some pieces of it. You know what I'm saying? It looks kind of funny. I don't know if it's Touch of Labyrinth though. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's his best role, period. But this album he kind of carried on that this was the perfect bridge between the R&B laden Young Americans album and the Berlin trilogy, which spoiler alert, the next album is from the Berlin trilogy. Because he still had his R&B and funky sound of Young Americans, but he was experimenting a lot more with the dark synths and everything, the atmospheric landscape, which would define the Berlin trilogy. Berlin trilogy as in Low, Heroes, and Lodger. This is actually my favorite David Bowie album. You know what I'm saying? Songs like on the title track alone, that's actually my favorite David Bowie song. It's a 10-minute intro that it had to be like dun 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 dun. It's very haunting piece, but it's his best song, period. But then you have songs like Golden Years. But guess who that song was originally for? Guess who that song was originally for? Elvis.
Really?
Yes. Elvis almost recorded it.
Wow.
I cannot see Elvis doing this one.
Yeah.
Because Elvis's manager, Colonel Tom, bitch ass nigga, by the way. He pretty much he wanted Bowie to write songs for Elvis and everything like that too. But I think they had like creative differences. Mind you, this is around the time when Elvis was just in his fat Elvis era or whatever.
Right.
That's all.
Cheeseburgers a day and all that.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Then the freakiest song was TVC 15, which was a very interesting art rock kind of song where it's pretty much inspired by a dream where Iggy Pop and him were watching TV or some shit like that too and stuff, and people start coming out the TV and some stuff like that too. Yeah, this album is very trippy. And shit. You know what I'm saying? My only gripe is too fucking short. 6 songs on this album. You know what I'm saying? 6 motherfucking songs. You know, because all his previous albums had like up to 11 or 12 songs, like Ziggy Stardust, Aladdin Sane. But it's always the best albums at the shortest albums, man. Like Jesus Christ. But he don't really care for this album too much because he was like going through a lot during this period, which I can respect that. But I'm sorry, David. Rest in peace. This album slaps. This album slaps.
How do you like you know how hard that is to record a whole album and you're under the influence of drugs and you don't remember recording it? Like how does that happen?
Well, Alice Cooper, he was on a lot of shit. He didn't remember recording half the crap he did in the 80s and shit. So
but of course we all but like when they get off of that high and they come to and like that, I'm pretty sure that thought comes in the head like, yo, like what did I do last night? Oh, you made an album of 6 songs and you don't remember none of it. That, you know what I'm saying? Like, how does that happen?
Well, I never did cocaine, so I wouldn't know.
Right. That's crazy, bro. Yeah, like to do a whole album and you're like fucking high off of coke and you don't remember doing the album. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so I'm assuming like the sound engineers and people in the studio gotta like make sure he okay. Like they gotta walk him through that because you're not producing all that shit. Like, was he producing the album on his own?
Let me double check. Hold on, because I think he has.
Like if you're on coke, you're not producing that whole album on your own and mixing it and mastering it and all that, right?
Him, he did a production with Harry Maslin.
Somebody you gotta have like the sound engineer in there to make sure this dude don't drop dead in the studio, and that he's you have to oversee him as you know what I'm saying because he's under the influence of drugs, and the fact that he recorded this album and he don't remember this shit, that's crazy.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
man.
saying?
And you know what's crazy? He weighed 80 pounds when he was recording this shit. That is
Yeah, he was
crazy.
skinny. He was skinny.
Yeah, because if you see a Soul Train performance of
Mm,
Fame and Golden Years, he
mm,
could have lip synced a bit, and he was skinny as hell. He was doing some weird dancing too. I was like, okay, David. I was like, okay, David, I see you. But he did it live though. I respect him because he tried to do it live and shit. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So I respect that. But Bowie, man, my favorite album from Bowie. Now
All right.
my last pick from Bowie.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't, yeah.
Wait.
I'm not gonna be too long with this one, but this is gonna be the next album, Low. You know what I'm saying?
Low. I remember low.
Yes. This is when he cleaned up his act. He moved
Mm-hmm.
back to Europe. He's like, I'm done with the cocaine. Hooked up
Mm-hmm.
with Tony Visconti, Brian Eno, Iggy Pop, and then he made some of the best music during the late '70s. I'm actually planning on doing a top 10 rock albums of 1977, and this might be on the list, so stay tuned on
Mm-hmm.
that. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? 77 was like my favorite year of rock music, man. A lot of shit came out that year.
Right.
That's when niggas don't give no fucks and shit. It's like fuck all this progressive shit. We just gonna rock hard and shit. You know, Sex
Yeah.
Pistols with Mac, man. Come on now.
Right.
It's the first half of this album, or the first 7 tracks is like all him singing, like Breaking Glass. I love that one. What in the
Mm-hmm.
world track? Be my wife. But in the last 4 tracks was just so chilled out instrumentals and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Which I'm
Right.
surprised. Not a lot of niggas sample this shit, but I'm actually grateful because some of this shit I can't even picture being sampled and stuff too. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta give a shout out to Brian Eno too, because Brian Eno is
Yeah.
a very dope producer too. You know,
Yes.
I loved his work he did with like Roxy Music, Talking Heads,
Mm-hmm.
and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? So
YouTube.
yeah,
The
man. Like
YouTube joint.
yes, oh those early YouTube records.
Yeah.
Yes.
Zoo Roper could have been on this list too. I was just thinking about that.
Oh yeah.
Man. Damn.
Rattling Rum, All Tongue Baby could
Yeah.
have been on this list. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? But yeah, this is the last album on this list, so I had fun with this.
Yes. Number one, no surprise, is gonna be Love Below. Um, you know what's like when this album came out, I didn't know what to expect. So I remember seeing the Hey Your video on TRL, and I'm like, what the fuck is Andre doing? He's singing and he's playing instruments. His hair was straight and shit. I didn't know what to expect, and I was checking for the Big Boy album, and I didn't like the Big Boy album when it came out. You know what I'm saying? And like I like it now, but I thought Speaker Box wasn't great. But I always liked the Love Below. I always thought Love Below was different for Andre, and he was already he was already different. He was already like in that lane. Like even from like Ace Aliens when he started wearing like the turban around his head, and then
Yeah.
like you get to Crumber Nine, he's wearing like the football shoulder pads and the colorful wigs and shit, looking like from Parliament and shit. And so he was already like in his different bag. And then like listening to the album, it was just like it was different. It wasn't rap. It was like he was rapping here and there, but it was like real psychedelic. It was R&B. It was rock. It was pop. You know what I'm saying? And I loved it. I love the fact that he didn't get too many features on there except for like Noah Jones and Khalees. Khalees, they actually released the animated video for Dracula's Wedding a couple weeks ago on YouTube, and that's always been like one of my favorite songs. Him and Khalees on that joint, and she lives in my lap with Rosario Dawson.
Ooh.
Roses was like one of my favorite joints. Him and Big Boy. That's like the only collab they have on Love Below, and then he's on Big Boy's album, and Prototype was dope, and it's always been a great album. It's just like to me, this is like the male version of Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
it's a classic album. I think it's great. I did listen to the new Andre album. I'm not gonna shit on it because I think Andre's a legend and he deserves that respect. So I'm not gonna like. It's just not an album that I would play often. That would be an album that I play like once in a blue, if anything. It's not.
I can
It's
respect.
more like when like Chris Love is saying like it's an album for like people that's dealing with like a lot of stress in their life or
Yes,
it's for their job. Like you're dealing with stress. That's an album you could play. You know what I'm saying? It's really it's gonna mellow you out. Now for me, like if I want to hear like mellow music, I throw on Sade. I think Sade is perfect at that. You know what I'm saying? Or I just throw on some jazz. You could throw on some John Coltrane or some or Miles Davis or whatever. You know what I'm
yes.
saying?
You
And
better.
but yeah, but I mean that's what he's describing the album as, and I think again like this is where Andre is at in his life, and if he's completely done with rap, then that's what it is. Like he don't have nothing else to prove in rap because he's already done everything. You know what I'm saying? So he's a Hall of Famer, first ballot. Outkast is best rap duo ever, arguably right there with Mobb Deep for me. It's Outkast and Mobb Deep, and you know if he's done with rap, then he's done with rap, and I think if this is like the new era of Andre Benjamin at what like 48 or whatever he is, 45 or whatever, and he's gonna do these type of albums where he's playing the flute, then that's what it is. It's like not everybody's gonna like it. Some people are gonna like it. Some people might not like it, but he's still gonna support him because it's Andre, and I think that's dope. You know what I'm saying? Like he has to live his truth. Like Nas went on a historic 6 album run with Hit Boy, and he gave us some great albums, and they didn't have to be classic, but that's where he's at right now in his life at 50 years old, and he's the only one at 50 years old from the 90s that's still putting out quality music. So
Right.
you gotta salute him for that. That's why he's a goat. That's why Andre's a goat. Andre can ditch rap and he can go into another genre and put out an album that he feels comfortable with, and his whole fan base might shit on it, and he's still gonna be good because he don't got nothing left to prove. So, but for me, Love Below definitely is a classic album. I never get tired of hearing it, and I think it had to be number one on this list.
I respect that. And I think Gervais was asking y'all don't got love below and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Love
So
Below definitely.
his answer.
When we made the list, I put Love Below number one before everything else. Now there's albums that I didn't put on the list like U2 Zooropa. Zooropa was phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? That was my first time listening to a whole U2 album, and just that was a very different album for them. You know what I'm saying? And the critics shit on that album, and it still sold. You know what I'm saying? There was a like Gnarls Barkley, like Kavesa mentioned. Gnarls Barkley was a great album, and Lady Killer from CeeLo was a great solo album from him. There's a lot of we could do a part 2 if we wanted to.
I'm down for part two, but we had to get Gervais on it though.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
So if we do Miles Barkley sent elsewhere, I'm gonna hit him up about that. We could do a part two with him and everything. You know what I'm saying? Because Gervais, I always love Gervais's musical input and taste and everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
And we like his hot takes like you. His hot takes they'll be having some
yes, I
crazy
love
hot
his hot
takes.
take, definitely. But I'm gonna tell y'all what, y'all. This has been a fun review and a fun list. But I've been here for like 2 hours, and y'all know my limit. I don't really like to go over 2 hours unless if I'm really in the moment and everything like that. And I'm gonna end off with a few announcements and shit too, because I know this medicine's gonna keep me up all night. I'm not even gonna worry about it. But so tomorrow at midnight we are gonna do Group Home's Living Proof album. That's gonna be a very, very, very dope review and everything
Yes.
like that too. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Because I got some interesting hot takes on that album
You know you
and
do.
everything too. And you know me, you know me. I know how I always do. Wednesday, I want to do a little something wholesome for Thanksgiving, so we're definitely gonna do the Amen sitcom retrospective on midnight Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? Mike possibly gonna join us for that one. I tried to invite Lashia, but she's gonna do on Thanksgiving cooking and everything like that too. You know, hopefully she can make me a plate and everything. But yeah, I'm saying and also a plate of food too. And also yeah, definitely can't wait for all this stuff. And this Sunday, Possibly we might have two reviews. I gotta see my work schedule, but I gotta see if try schedule is clear too. I'm gonna definitely make up for the dancehall reviews on this Sunday.
All right.
Time to be announced. And if I'm off this Sunday, then we're probably gonna do the dancehall reviews first, and then later on tonight gonna do Salt and Pepper's Black Magic. But if I'm working 3 to 11 on Sunday, then we're just gonna do the dancehall reviews. Then I'm gonna do Black Pepper, Black's Magic,
Mm.
Monday, and everything like that too. Cause nigga is tired and everything, and I still got this beef episode. I want to put out this Michael Jackson versus Paul McCartney on the anniversary of Thriller next week. I want to do that. 'Cause I'm trying to. I just fixed up the script, and I've been having like a lot of sound issues because I want to be real with you, because I used to record shit on I do record shit on my microphone and
Mm.
everything like that too. But lately I've been working so much that I'll be recording on my phone. But see, I gotta fix my microphone on my phone next week, so that's why I've been having like a lot of sound issues lately. So I've been kind of putting the wider beef on a slight hold. Plus, with the whole copyright bullshit that YouTube's cracking down on, I'm trying to be
Mm.
careful about how I slice and edit because I do have some Beatles videos I'm trying to put on this video, but I'm trying to like it's mostly just interviews, not songs. It's interviews. So
Right.
hopefully that can work out too. And if not, then I'm gonna upload an unedited version on Patreon. That's what I might start doing. Yeah, for these episodes, I might do an unedited version on Patreon and stuff like that too. Shout out to Diverse Mentality. He does a lot of that shit when he does his beef episodes, his beef series too. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Diverse Mentality. I like watching his shit. Um, Also next month, like I mentioned before, for every week of December, we're going to do a Christmas album and everything like that too. And we're going to end off the last 3 weeks with the Mariah Carey albums, E equals MC squared, Memoirs, and a Christmas album. Because
Ooh.
time has just been kicking my ass lately
Mm.
and everything like that too. And I promised y'all I was going to end off with Mariah Carey. The other latter Mariah Carey albums, I'm just going to talk about them when I talk
It's
about
really
them.
not needed, but
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Because the Christmas albums, we were definitely going to talk about. I know we
mm,
said Nat King Cole,
yep.
Jackson 5 Christmas. He said the new edition dropped the Christmas album,
New
right?
edition got some song, yeah.
Okay, new edition, and of course the Mariah Carey album and stuff like that too. So let me write this. Let me write this down so I won't forget. Nat Jackson. I can't wait for that Jackson's one. That's the one I can't wait for the most. 'Cause that one's a classic.
Yep.
And new edition, yes. All right, and also possibly in the next 2 weeks, 2 to 2 weeks, I'm going to do the Ducktales review and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to catch up more on that show and everything. Because that was originally going to be the next review, but I've been watching Amen lately,
Right.
laughing my ass off and shit like that too. So I was like, a black sitcom won't hurt y'all and stuff like that
Yeah.
too.
A good one.
I'm
Yeah.
saying, yeah, good one. And one more thing before I head out, the pre-recorded Andre review is definitely going to come this week. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, I know I keep pushing it out. I just want to get my thoughts together. Again, that's going to be pre-recorded. You know what I'm saying too? Because yeah, this is going to be interesting. It's not going to be a typical review or stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because like it's a lot to talk about with the album or the songs itself. It's just going to be okay. Well, this is good. I like the instruments on this one. It's not like a
Mm.
lot of conceptual valueness
Right.
in some of these songs and stuff like that too. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So and I'm also going to also go on a little rant too
Mm.
about how a lot of y'all motherfuckers, because a lot of people are saying they don't like it because it's not a hip hop
Mm.
album. I'm gonna get a little rant on that shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's all I'm gonna say for right now. You have anything to say before we head out, Char?
Tomorrow I'm going live with Ready to Retro. It's a nostalgia platform, and we did stuff with them in the past. So they hit me up a couple weeks ago. We're gonna actually be on live, and we're gonna be showing off like some of our favorite rap albums on vinyl because he has a rap
Ooh,
collection. Shout out to Max from Ready to Retro. So that'll be 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific on Instagram. But I'm gonna be going live on the Asian 90s page. but it's gonna be Ready to Retro in 80s and 90s on Instagram. And then Saturday, me and Mike is gonna go live and we're gonna do the Survivor Series 2023 War Games review.
Cool.
Hopefully that's a good pay-per-view. That's gonna be like the last pay-per-view I do for the year until Royal Rumble next year, and then we're gonna circle it all around again in for WrestleMania 40. Hopefully that'll be good. And Cody Rhodes beats Roman Reigns for the titles. But look out for those.
Yeah, I definitely can't wait to watch those and shit like that too. Shout out to Mike, by the way. You know what I'm saying? Mike
Yeah.
always. I love the fact that he's regrouping after YouTube done, fucked his ass over and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, shout out to Mike, man. Mike, a real one. Um, have Vanilla Ice is being interviewed on Vlad TV?
Is he? About what?
His career,
I already
the
know, so I don't
interview.
need to watch that. He lied about where he was from. He jumped different genres after they kicked him out of rap. Like, what else we need to know?
Then
You
and then
know,
they also interviewing Special Ed too.
I want to see a special ed win.
Yeah, I mean, is talking about Tupac and stuff like that too. He only talked about 2 episodes with his career, then he jumped to Tupac. 'Cause he was in Juice and shit. But he did
Right,
that cameo in Juice. I was like, come on, Vlad, you have Special Ed. Come on now.
right.
I want to know what he meant really by the NWA comment. I know Vlad's gonna ask him about. Okay, so you said a lot of stuff about NWA and everything
Mhm.
like that. He said, you heard what he said about NWA, right?
Yeah, I heard that shit. You know, but
Yeah,
I mean,
I
he's
love
wrong. I
Special
mean,
Ed.
that's exactly why that mentality that shit that he's saying is why people felt like the East Coast was biased and we didn't fuck with anything outside of New York. And I'm like, you can't think like that. You know what I'm saying? Like when you listen to NWA and you're from a different region, you got to put yourself in their shoes and listen to
Exactly,
how they grew up in their own neighborhood.
exactly.
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
trying to
Everybody
think. What
grew
do
up
you?
differently. You know, Outcast didn't grow up like how we grew up in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? They grew up differently in Atlanta. So we gotta listen to them. You put yourself as a listener in their shoes and see how they grew up.
I'm trying to think. What do you think New York was before NWA? Daffodils and Rainbows.
Exactly. The old New York was fucking crazy.
Grimy,
The
it was
old
grimy.
42nd Street when they had like the escorts and the porn theaters,
Yeah,
it was crazy. It wasn't like how it is now with
Studio
fucking Disney fucking stores and shit.
the Studio 54 alone, man. Come
Yeah.
on now.
Yeah. You had people dying from cocaine in there every night. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't a fucking Wizard of Oz up in there.
Hell yeah,
You
man.
know, so that's why I don't understand why he was saying that. If it almost felt like I'm like, if you don't like NWA, then you might as well come on and say that. But for him
He
to
said
say
he
that shit is like, nah, man.
he said he respects them as men.
But what about his artists? You know what I'm saying? If you can listen to Sade and Sade's not from this country and you respect Sade, what's the difference with NWA?
That's a
They
good
were they
point.
were, what you said they were too violent. Wasn't
Cause
Schoolly D violent?
he felt like with NWA and everything like that. A lot of New Yorkers was trying to like bring gang culture to New York, which that's a
But it was
huge
already
detriment
here.
because
It was already here.
there was gang culture already in New
Yeah,
York and
it
shit
was
like
already
that too.
here. So it's not like California bought it over here. It was already here.
There's gangs
It's
in
just
every
that
state.
we're not known for the gangs like how like California is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it was more glorified in rap because of artists like NWA and MC8 and all that. But we had our gangs too. Latin King's been here forever.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Because the
So
Supreme
it's
Team,
not something that they started. They didn't start gang culture in California.
right? Y'all forget the Supreme Team too. Y'all forget
Right,
about that.
right. Kenneth was doing this thing out in Queens.
Yes.
It's not a new thing.
I don't want to snitch on a lot of gangs and shit like that. Let me not do that. But yeah, man. This Master P album is still in print. You can still get a copy and everything like that too. Like I said, I got the 2017 issue, so I think that's still in print. You know what I'm
And they
saying?
also got the colored vinyl, the orange vinyl that they
Yep.
released.
Yeah.
But stick with the OG with the fucking orange Q pack. That's the one I want.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna look for that for December and stuff like that. I
They
got
got
you.
they got the remaster got like
But
some Snoop
without
Dogg approved shit. The Snoop Dogg approved remaster.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. The Snoop Dogg
Yeah,
presents, which that was kind of weird though, because they also had that for
crazy.
EPMD Strictly Business.
That's
You know what I'm
crazy.
saying? So I know.
Wow.
Uh,
How
I
you have
don't
Snoop
know.
Dogg approving shit? Who is he?
The mayor of hip hop.
The fuck is that?
But other than that, y'all, hopefully y'all have a good night. Appreciate this try as usual, and I'll see
All
y'all
right.
later. Peace.
Peace.